Okay, guys, so we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I'll be your friendly chronicler of the media today, because today we are going to be, we had scheduled a session of our Marvel Multiverse adventure that we were playing, and unfortunately one of our players is sick today, so we had to come up with an alternative, and lo and behold, this very week, Monolith Boardgames, a French publisher who has branched into RPGs, has just released their Quickstart for their upcoming Conan the Hyborian Age, the role-playing game. I'm hoping that name is going to get a bit of a tweak before, because that is a bit of a mouthful. Conan the Hyborian Age role-playing might be a better name for it, but in any event, this just came out on Wednesday. It is Saturday, and seeing we were down, we decided to try and get the game to the table. We've run a lot of Conan RPGs in the channel, and I'm excited to see a new one and to see how it plays. And joining me in the Hyborian world are two of the stars of, well, the stars of today's session and luminaries of the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are and who you're playing today? First up, well, we've got Robert.
Hi, I'm Robert. I am playing Mohambi. His origin is from the wilds, and then we have Hansi, who's more of a thief type. So Mohambi kind of looks a little bit sort of like he's a wilds guy.
She
and
actually is.
Sorry.
Yeah. I
wasn't able to tell from the, I was actually looking at the sheet, not the picture. And then Hansi, he's a thief from the streets. So we got from the wilds, from the streets. We'll see how they got together.
Yeah. And, he is from Shadazar.
Oh, Shadazar, okay.
Yeah, joining Robert is John.
Hey everyone, I'm John, and I'm playing two characters, Gudrun and Devor. Gudrun is from the north and is some kind of wild barbarian in Conan, who'd have thought. And Devor is an old man, kind of doesn't remember quite who he was or how he got that old, but he's in touch with the animals and the wild magic.
Very nice. Cool. Now, I know we talked about this a little bit beforehand about, Robert, your familiarity with Conan. John, what's your familiarity with the setting or the property or...
The role-playing game?
Yeah.
Almost none, although what I've picked up over the years of being on the channel. Closest I've come to playing is in, was Hyperborea?
Yeah. Okay, so that's really interesting then. So this will be the first time you've got this in. One of the ways for those listening at home, we start all of our Conan sessions is with an invocation of the Chronicles of the Media. Know, O Prince, that between the years when the oceans drank Atlantis and the gleaming cities, and the years of the rise of the sons of Ares, there was an age undreamed of, when shining kingdoms lay spread across the world like blue mantles beneath the stars. Nemedia, Ophir, Brithunia, Hyperborea, Zamora, with its dark-haired women and towers of spider-haunted mystery. Zingara, with its chivalry. Koth, that bordered on the pastoral lands of Shem. Stygia, with its shadow-guarded tombs. Hyrcania, whose riders wore steel and silk and gold. But the proudest kingdom in the world was Aquilonia, reigning supreme in the dreaming west. Hither came Conan the Cimmerian, black-haired, sullen-eyed, sword in hand, a thief, a reaver, a slayer with gigantic melancholies and gigantic mirth, to tread the jeweled thrones of the earth under his sandaled feet. That is the setting where we will be playing today. Let's see here. So for those listening at home, typically we don't play with more than one character, but because it is a quick start and we're not familiar with the game, I assume the quick start is going to be assuming players or having more than two characters. So rather than having a unfortunate end in combat for our heroes, our players are playing more than one character. So I've also got one now. They each have a spare, so I can kill them. The Hyborian world is many things. Forgiving of mistakes, it is not. So we begin, guys, with a little bit of block text. As well, typically we are happy to go, out of the rules or change rules as we need them or change adventures. Because this is a quick start and we want to get a sense of the game as it's intended by the designers, we are going to try and stick to the script, as it were. Incidentally, I have a link in the description of the video, so if you want to get a copy of this for free, you can find a link to the Monolith Boardgames site where you can grab a copy of this yourself. So here we go, guys. We're starting off with some more block text. The air of the brazen buzzard is thick and purpled with smoke. At this late hour, most patrons slump in their chairs or squat in the alley outside, emptying their guts. A few snickering rogues toss dice in a corner, but after long days of battling on the border, most of these sellswords arrived weary, spent all their earnings, and now barely cling to consciousness. And then there's Radon, your brother-in-arms, who sits erect, gnawing at an hours-old joint of beef. He leans in, licks his lips, and whispers, "I've been meaning to propose you all something. Something that might prove more lucrative than sword selling. What do you say? Fancy risking your hide for more coin than you could spend on a prince's ransom?"
Hansi says, I'm sure I can spend it.
So you'll take that as a dare. Yeah. So according to Radon, a recent earthquake following a massive sandstorm in the southeast has unearthed a dome. I'm trying to see where you guys... So it says you can set it anywhere. Zamora, Zambula, or Shadizar. I happen to have in this game, I believe, a map of Shem and the related regions. This is from a different game.
Speaking of which, the map in this thing is pretty cool.
It really is, yeah. I think it's I can't remember the cartographer's name. It looks like it's actually I can look it up rather than guess here. Cartography, Francesca Bayrald and Glenn Seal. I think it's the former is the one. She's done some really cool stuff for D&D before as well.
Yep.
So it's not on this map. Do I have... Let's see here. I didn't load the one from the... Oh, I didn't load anyone. That's nuts. But here we go. Let's use... this here, guys. This feels like a suitably dingy dark alley. And let's say it is in the shadow-haunted streets of Zamora. What he has indicated is, or what Radon tells you, and Radon, incidentally, let me grab your tokens and I'll bring you over here. There we go. And here we are. There's you guys. And Radon. Oops, clear this out. Looks like. Where is he? Ah, like this. So Radon has says that a recent earthquake following a massive sandstorm in the southeast has unearthed an ancient ruin, the topmost portion of which seems to be a dome. At the center is a tiny aperture, a seal, where a capable thief might gain entrance. What lies inside? Gold, jewels, relics. The mind reels with possibilities. Radon took an arrow to the leg during the most recent battle and therefore cannot make the 2-day journey to the site, let alone descend into its depths on a treasure hunt. But the man who told him about the ruin mysteriously died the morning before the men went off to battle, so now Radon alone knows the location. In exchange for directions to the site, he asks only for a share of the wealth. And he says, as you think it over, I will grab one more round for us. And he gets up and is limping over to the bar, leaving the four of you behind.
See, Devore is just mumbling and occasionally clearing his throat because of the thick smoke in the air, and he looks over at the bone that's been worried over many times by Radon, and kind of reaches over there and snatches it and puts it in his bag for later, and then looks around. Are we truly considering going to some place we don't know?
Hansi says, your bone's feeling a little old man. I'm not sure if you'd make the trip.
These bones have life in it, as you well know. More than enough to spare for you and allies.
Well, it sounds like we'll make a little bit of money on this trip, and then we can spend even longer for some of creature comforts.
Creature comforts. I'll sleep in the wild with the howls of the wolves as my guide.
Okay, we'll take you there, and you can stay there. We'll come back with the gold, and you can have yours for whenever you need.
I imagine Gudrun's on the side over there, just looking back and forth at him and just shaking her head.
Yeah.
Are we going or not?
Mohammed says, I don't want to stay here any longer than I have to. It's like, yeah, I like the way that beer makes me feel, but I don't like this place.
Too many debts in the shadow-haunted streets of Zamora, Hansi?
Yeah.
So, what about Mohambi?
Yeah, no, she was just saying that. She was like, she doesn't want to stay here any longer than she has to.
Forgive me.
That she has to, yeah. She's not. Yeah,
I'm falling victim to that thing where two character names sound exactly the same. So,
No, but yeah, Mojave kind of says that to Hansi. That looks over at Devore. It's like, hey, it gets us out of this place, and you look more like you'd rather be out in the wild. So
the air is cleaner.
Yes.
So then Radon comes back and plunks down more of the really the cheapest grog that he can get from this pit, and says, well, we have an accord then.
Show us the way.
I won't show you. And he gestures at his leg, but I'll tell you. And he says, but this, in Zamora, and he bleeds his hand. We signal, or we seal these pacts in blood. Honor among thieves.
Is this something that is normal?
Yeah, you would know. This is
okay. Yeah, sure.
Yep.
Okay, so both Hansi and Mambi take out an edged. I don't even know what. I'm sure they have a dagger or something, or a knife, just for and each cuts their palm.
Okay.
Yeah. Gudrun pulls out one of her really sharp throwing axes and just slices her finger, and you see Davor look over, and he's reaches over and slices on her axe too.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So you have an accord, and he gives you the directions to this. You celebrate with one more round of terrible fucking grog. And is there anything else you'd wish to do before you guys retire for the evening? It seems you're setting out for this ruin tomorrow morning.
Nah, I don't think so.
Okay.
Nah.
Then you guys set in. You're not obviously sleeping here. You've got some pit. You're down. What is typical for Hyborian heroes is to be down to your last few coins. The most Conan stories start off with him broke or having nothing, or his army being defeated and on the run. And the games, all the RPGs that try and capture that, they try and. It's not about accumulating your wealth and whatnot. It is finding earning a kingdom and losing it in the course of your your adventures. So you guys are all.
Hunting knows all about that. That's why I said that at the beginning.
Yeah,
I can spend it.
So then, what? You guys are. Well, tell me what spirits are you in as you are heading back to whatever flop house you're in?
Hansi, sorry, not Hansi. Hambi was probably a little bit is definitely getting weary of the city, and she tends to look over her shoulder when she's in the city a fair bit. And she's looking forward to it. She might actually. Sorry, a quick question. Devor, your wolf is probably not here, right?
Oh yeah. Narratively speaking, he uses a spell to summon the wolf with his life energy. So imagine that there's going to be like a few wolves prowling around the camp, like way in the distance, but they seem to be not tame, but more of a, like they're watching him.
Okay. And sorry, this was we're going to a flop house, so not back out into the.
Oh yeah, they're not in town.
Okay.
That's probably why he wants to leave it so bad, because he's feeling a drain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Mohambi walks near Devor and says, "Can't wait to see some more of your wolves. I get along with those pretty well." And I'm looking at her background where she hunts with animals sometimes. So
You are a very brave woman. If it wasn't for my link to them, they would likely eat my face rather than lick it.
I think I might have a better link to them if I don't need to control them to have them like me.
Okay. So then, you guys sounds like you're chatting and in good spirits on your way back. You are passing through, sadly, there's not really like well-lit places anywhere in Zamora. And when you're passing through one of the many alleyways, you realize that there are 3 figures ahead and 3 figures behind. To step out to obstruct your way. And why don't let's see here. Hansi, why don't you give us a wits check? Let's go get our first
So this is going to be roll the D6 plus the value?
Yes, you're going to roll D6 plus the value, and you're also going to roll a D10. So for those listening at home, the game mechanic is you rolling, each attribute has a dice size and a score. You roll the dice size plus the dice score, that gets your result, but you also roll a D10 called a flex die. If that comes up on a 10, there's a special result that comes from it. And that can be a success when you would have otherwise failed. It can be gaining a stamina point back. It can be some extraordinary result like maximum damage. Okay, so that is...
Okay.
it didn't roll the D10.
Okay, so I just have to do that separately?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Okay, great. Okay, so then an 8 to give you a judge of, I think an average difficulty, I believe, is a 6. Yeah, easy difficulty is 4 to 6. An 8 is a moderate success. So the thing, what I wanted you to roll for is because you are you from Zamora or are you from, where are you from?
No, you said somewhere else.
Shadazar. Shadazar is, I think, in Zamora. Zamora is a nation, not a city.
Okay.
Let's see here. Zamora is... Okay, I don't want actual Zamora, which is in Spain. Let me go Zamora. Yeah. I'm already betraying my Conan bona fides. Yeah, Shadazar the Wicked is the... capital, so you are most definitely Zamoran.
Okay.
So first you think this is probably just, at first your average back alley mugging in Shadazar the Wicked. But you realize when one steps forward, normally they will attack if they're professionals, because they know, like, don't waste time, just attack and take the money from off the corpses. But so you think maybe these are amateurs because they're not attacking right away until you see the one, his brow furrows and says, where is it? Where is the ruin?
By the way, I have to make a quick aside to John. Do these guys look familiar to you? These guys that we fought.
Sorry, I don't want you guys to know they were minions. For those who may be joining us for the first time, this is the generic thug number 1 that we use in every generic thug game.
Yep. I was thinking Cult, the Cult game that we played.
Yeah.
Or no, sorry, World of Darkness.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think Hansi puts two and two together, realizes that this is not going to be good.
Yeah, and you all would recognize, you in particular, Hansi, would recognize that like these are not the kinds of people who. Oh, what am I doing here? Add turn. There we go. These are not the kind of people who are looking to let you live. If you tell them, they will murder you. If you don't tell them, they will try and murder you anyway. So there's very little to be gained in negotiation here.
The one who talked, he really Hansi reaches for one of his daggers and just basically tries to hit him in the throat.
So as soon as you start reaching for your daggers, that's when we're rolling initiative.
Yeah, I know.
So,
but that's what then he's.
Like if you're looking towards Gudrun, she'd have been doing with her throwing axe too.
Okay. So here's where we do this. So initiative, don't bother rolling the flex dice on initiative. Initiative is just an edge check. So roll the edge dice plus whatever the edge score is, and add that to it. We'll do the same for the minions. Got a 6. I've set up all your tokens in the initiative tracker, so go ahead and add whatever your roll is.
Okay. I'd have to do it for each. Okay. That was Hansi. How do you change? I can't seem to click on my guy.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. I got to give you guys permission. Sorry. Okay. Let's see here. Robert. Okay, you got control over Mahambi. You got control over Hansi. John, you've got... and apologies, folks, for those listening at home. We made the decision to run this within a half hour of starting the session, so we'll be looking a couple things up or potentially throwing some stuff together. Okay, so you should have control over your respective tokens, guys.
Okay.
Good stuff.
And I do not want to press enter, realizing. Okay. Are they showing up on your?
No, you need, if someone else is adding and hits enter, then it'll bump you out.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So you do have to hit enter.
8 and 8, nice. Okay. All right. So then, you said Hansi is up first because you had mentioned. So you have 2 actions this round, and those don't refresh until the start of your turn. So there you go. What would you like to do with your first one? And we're assuming these guys are in the same zone, just not engaged with you. 3 in the front, 3 in the back.
Yeah, he's doing a, and again, he's going after the guy who spoke, assuming that he might be the leader. Yeah. And part of this is an attempt to intimidate on how quickly this happens. So he's going to do a focused attack.
Nice. So that's okay. So it'll be 2 actions. Oh, but you do need to spend an action to draw your weapon, though.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be 1 action to draw and then 1 action to throw. And you're using your throwing knife, I guess?
Yeah, so it would have to be his regular attack then.
Yep. Okay. Now you get to use, well, you always use your edge when you're using range attacks, and you get +1 because of your origin. So it'll be 1d6 plus 5. And then also roll the flex die.
Okay, but you said also +1 to, that's not +2 then, right? That's, you said...
+1. You have +1 to all edge checks and attacks from your origin. Mm-hmm. And then you're also adding your edge value to that d6. Your edge value is a 5, +1 is 6. So 1d6 plus 6.
Okay.
And then you roll the flex attack, or flex roll afterwards.
1d6 plus 6, and...
nice. So their physical defense is a 6. So you toss this at them. That is a solid hit. Flex die doesn't come up with a 10, so then we roll. Damage is 1d4 plus your edge value, I believe. It's a 5.
Okay, sure.
Let me double check that, just because it's our first time running. Let's see here. Damage. I know you add your might to... Damage, sorry, edge stat is not added to the damage value of range attacks.
So
yes, you don't. So ignore me on that. But yeah, and you don't add it. So it'll just be a 1d4.
Okay.
Okay. Oof. Okay. Now, That is only a 2, so that means they are hit. The way minions work in this, if you hit a minion and you don't exceed the threshold, then they are hit. A second time they are hit, they are then damaged. If a damaged minion is hit the second time, they die. If you exceed the damage threshold, then they're dead. But let's just take a look and see if there's any stamina that you could do. So increase the damage of a single successful attack by 1d4 after the roll. So you could spend 2 stamina to increase it by 2d4. So if you really want to make this guy dead in one round, Hansi, your stamina is your top dice, or your blue bar. Do you want to spend 1 point of stamina, add 1d4 to the result?
Or I could pay 2 and increase by 2d4.
Could. I will tell you the threshold, just because it's the first time playing, threshold for this guy is a 3.
Okay. Yeah, he'll spend 1.
Okay. Give us a 1d4 roll, please.
Okay.
Holy smokes. So what's it look like as you bury your throwing knife in this guy's whatever body?
He buries it in his throat. He's like, it's just looks like, the guy's barely stopped talking, like, where is this? And the dagger's already on the way. It buries right in his throat.
Love it. Okay, Mohambi, you're up next. What are you doing? 2 actions.
And then I need to modify his stamina. Mohambi is going to pull her bow. And so I'm looking for stamina on here so I can reduce it.
Your blue bar.
Blue bar. Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's no character sheet for these. This game is
That's right.
3 days old. So
Too new.
You're. Oh, come on, kid. Bush League. You don't have that fixed up here already for us?
Exactly.
Okay. Okay. Mohambi, so she basically pulls her bow, knocks the arrow, which I guess is all one.
Yeah. Knocking an arrow is not an action in this game. So
and she shoots at the guy standing next to the guy that was just killed.
Okay. Trying to clear the way ahead, I guess.
Yep.
Okay.
And then that's
so close range. I don't think range is a factor in this game.
Okay, yeah, close range. So yeah, she's going to use the. Actually, you know what? Yeah, so she'll use the short bow because 1d6 plus 1.
Plus 1 damage. Okay. So then go ahead and give us an edge roll. 1d6
roll.
plus 4 for her, and then you also roll a flex die. Okay, 5. Ooh, 5 is actually a miss.
Okay.
Oh, and you rolled a 1 on your. You want to spend. Let's see here.
Well, she can spend a stamina point to re-roll a failed check or attack roll. So,
okay, so you want to do that?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes,
I think you also spend the stamina to automatically increase that 1 to a 2, which would make it connect, I think.
May use your stamina points to increase the roll of a 1 to a 2 or trigger the success flex die result, thus avoiding the failure.
Oh, okay. Sure.
I think you said their AC was 6 or whatever it is.
Their physical defense is a 6. So by spending 1, getting a little extra effort in there, go ahead and roll damage. 1d6 plus 1.
Sure. And as she does this, she says, "I hate cities."
5 is enough. So another guy is down, crumples into the darkness. Davor, you're up next. What are you doing?
Davor is going to draw out his staff.
Okay.
As an action, and then he's going to take a defensive stance with his other action, his physical defense, and he'll mumble something about freaking hate cities.
Okay. Then it is the others. These bandits waste no time. Let's see here. So the first one is going to charge in and try and stab Hansi. So let's put him in engage with you. Hansi, what's your physical defense?
Physical defense is
7. Holy smokes. All right. So just to give you context, their might is a D8 plus 2. I got a 6. So he comes in, is slashing at you, Hansi, trying to stab and gut you, and you are easily able to keep him at bay.
Yeah.
We'll have another one. Oh, I got one for each of you. Look at this. There we go. One runs in on each. Otherwise, so Davor, your defense is now what?
So Davor?
Yeah, with the defense.
It's a 6. It's a 6 now.
6 now. Okay, so I did get an 8. So I hit you. Davor, you took. I don't think you. I think the only one who's got armor is Gudrun. So, Davor, you take. 6 points of lifeblood damage. That is your red bar on your token. Gudrun's defense. I got all the character sheets. Gudrun's defense is a 7 as well. Holy smokes.
Yep. She's got armor.
And that is just on the nose. So I did manage to hit you. That is 6 points of damage as well, but subtract her armor from it.
Oh, that gives you resistance. Yeah. 3. Okay, so she keeps 3 of those.
Yeah. One neat thing too, if your armor stops damage altogether, you still take 1 point of damage. So there's always a consequence of things, and that applies to enemies as well. And then finally, Mahambi. Mahambi's defense is a 6. I don't think I'm actually rolling this. Let's see here, because I just rolled another fucking 8. That is a 6 on the nose. Mahambi.
Yeah.
This Zamoran, these Northerners just got you 5 points of damage on Mahambi.
Okay.
Okay. And then they moved. So that'll be their 2 actions. Gudrun, what are you doing?
She smiles, she spits blood, and pulls out her hatchet and says, "Thanks for coming to me," and then tries to bury it in his head.
Go right ahead. Yeah.
Okay,
so she gets +1 melee damage.
Yep. So D6 for the attack for might.
Yep, +5. Ooh, and then roll your flex time. Nice. So 10 is definitely a solid hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
D6 +1 because of her bonus.
Now this one you do get to add your might, so it's D6 +5.
Oh, so +4, so 8 damage.
8 damage. Okay, what's it look like?
She spits blood onto her hatchet and just buries it in his head, and then rips it out.
All right, he is down.
How far is she? Oh yeah, so that's 2 actions.
Okay, yeah, because you drew your hatchet as well. All right, and then I don't think we roll initiative each round. Let's see here. Calculate their initiative. Let's see here. I see if you roll. I think you roll the start of combat, and that's it. Just double checking. When combat is imminent, GM alerts the players and initiative value should be determined. Yeah, so it's I don't think it's calculated each round. All right. Hello, Kat.
Hi, Columbo says hi.
Hi, Columbo. Then Hansi, you're up first. What are you doing?
Hansi, he is going to. Well, since the one decided to come up close to him, he pulls out his dagger.
Yeah.
And slashes. Probably trying to just find a weak spot at a moment to get in there. And
I'm fine with him because you can both draw and stash as part of the same action. If you want Hansi to have drawn a dagger and a throwing knife in the same action, I'm fine with that.
Okay, but he can't. He can hold one in the other hand ready to go for the next round.
Well, no, but you did that last round, right? Like you said that you drew the.
Okay.
Yeah, as your action from last round, I'm saying you can already have one in your hand, so you could not waste an action.
All right, great. So he just goes. Yeah, he's doing the all-out attack.
Okay.
Actually, you can make 2 attacks in a round. Is that right? If you
heroes can make 2 attacks. NPCs are sometimes restricted to, but you can make 2 attacks in a round. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? He's gonna do regular ones just so that he can maybe take out 2 of these guys. No, he wants to take. He trusts his other guys. He's gonna take out the one in front of him. So he's gonna do a focused attack.
Focused attack. Okay. So then it is +2 to your. And he uses edge for this. So that's a D6 +7.
Yep. which I think is probably an automatic hit, right?
Unless you roll a 1.
Okay. Oh, so it would help if I actually put in that part there. Okay.
So that's a solid hit. Go roll your flex. Oh, go ahead and roll your flex time.
Sure.
Even if you don't need to do max damage, you can always get a stamina point back on a 10.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So that is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage. This will be 1d6 plus... hold on. Can you use your edge
1d4.
on...
1d4.
Oh, 1d4. Right. 1d4 plus 3.
Yep. First might. Okay. Shoot. He has to use...
No, because 4 is enough. Remember, their threshold is a 3.
Oh.
These guys are not all that tough. So you line up your attack... and as this one tries to slash you, there's that opening. You flick their wrist. They stagger back, leaving it open, and you bury your knife in their throat. Mojave, what are you doing? Oh, it's you as well, Robert.
Oh, Mojave, sorry.
That's okay.
I am so not used to being 2 players. All right. And Mojave, now she's up close with the short bow. She goes ahead and, I don't know, if she drops it, does that count as...
dropping weapon is not an action. You can spend 1 action to stash 1 weapon and draw a different one.
Okay, so she's going to stash that and draw her spear, and then attack with the spear.
Sounds good.
And I just have suddenly opened up 5 tabs because I don't know what I'm doing.
So it's a D6 plus 4 for her.
Yep. Boom. And that's a D8 on the attack.
That's awesome. D8 plus 4.
Yep. Come on. Oh, okay. Yeah. She basically shoves it right through his heart out the other side.
Okay.
And then as he's falling, he kind of falls forward onto it, and she grabs on the other side and yanks it out because the spearhead's gone all the way through.
Yeah, so he collapses into this alleyway. Davor, what are you doing?
Alrighty, Davor's been hit, so he's like, okay, stupid youngin'. He's gonna do a focused attack, and he's gonna twirl a staff and bring it up between the guy's legs.
Okay.
Nice.
Go right ahead. So you're...
Hey, there we go. Look at that.
D6.
Nice.
Okay. And you got a 10 in your flex. So you could... Now, hold on. We were talking before we went live. I can't remember if you can exceed your stamina or not. Because your stamina starts at 4.
I can just immediately spend it on the attack, right? And do more damage?
Yeah, so like the alternative is you can just do maximum damage on, in which case this thing's dead.
Oh yeah, let's totally do that. Maximum damage would be D6, 8, so 8 damage.
Well over the threshold, so...
Crush them nuts! Blah!
Yeah, he actually gets air with that hit and then drops down. These will not be the only bodies that will be found in Zamoran alleyways come morning, but it's still best to not be around when they are found.
Hansi quickly rifles through their bodies to see if they have anything of value.
Nothing of value. Let me just double check to see here. I don't think they have anything of consequence. Like there's like a knife throwing knives, so like nothing really. Yeah. Okay.
He could always use more throwing knives, so they disappear on his person somewhere.
Yeah.
And nothing that shows who might have hired these guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Davor's gonna look around at people and make sure they're not bleeding out.
Ooh. Hansi, why don't you do this? Give us a wits check.
Sure.
Let's see if there's anything that you can find in there.
4d6, sure. D6.
I'll actually give you a +1 to that too, because you're of the shadows.
Okay, so that's a 7.
Okay.
And it matters with the D10.
So, from what you can find on here, it's what you would expect of the similar, like, penniless adventurer that you guys are. Whether this means that Radon spoke to someone else, or someone overheard Radon talking about this, or someone heard Radon talking to that man who died during while you guys were fighting in that recent battle. Who knows?
All right.
Okay. Then, if there's nothing else, I think what we'll cut to, guys, is... let me just set up a new thing here.
think maybe Devor can spend some stamina to heal Mombi and himself because we took more hits than anybody else.
You're going to be able to restore yourself to full hits because it's going to be a couple of days travel to get out to the site. Yeah, we're going to kind of transition out to that.
Cool.
I have to let somebody in at the front door. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem.
Sorry.
So how I did the roll in combat like that is you do like double brackets around like a 1d10 or something. It'll roll it like that.
Oh, nice.
So maybe I'll create a macro or something until we get some character sheets.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be honest, like there's not enough in the Quickstart to be able to play beyond just what's in the adventure in the Quickstart, unfortunately. So this is likely going to be the extent of our gameplay with it, but at least until the Quickstart or until the Kickstarter starts. But
nice.
Or until they expand it out, if they do give more information or more adversaries or stuff like that.
Seems pretty cool so far. Very easy to pick up on.
Yeah, definitely. Very easy to pick up, and I think it's gone... Like, you're just facing a bunch of minions now, but I think that there will be some interesting decisions you'll get to make when you're facing more diverse adversaries. So, let me see here. Now, while we're waiting for Robert, it'll give me a chance to read the actual adventure here. Okay. All right. So, it is... Ooh. Let's see here. It is a several-day journey out to the ruin, guys. And then I will bring you over here. So, and I think you can assume that you've... Let me double-check with your stamina. I think you recover stamina overnight. Let's double-check. Stamina, here we go. You start you start the tail with a number of stamina points equal to your grit. But when I saw under resting.
Equal to our grit, okay.
Yeah. And
so I need to reverse Gudrun's and Devor's stamina then.
Well, some of those will have... hold on here. Gudrun has 4 stamina points.
Yeah. It was listed as 5 on our token.
And Davor has 4.
Davor has 4?
Yeah, it says he has 4. Maybe because he's a sorcerer.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a typo in the sheet or not, but...
Weird. Okay.
Because sorcery often has a cost associated with it in the Hyborian world.
Yeah, I thought Gudrun having 5 was weird. So.
So, sorry, you thought it was weird? Why would that be?
Well, she, out of the characters, she's the only one that had 5 stamina points.
Oh, some of the characters have stats of 5 though. So.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Then, let's see here. So I was just checking to see about resting. So I thought there was something...
Yeah. Davor has a grit of 5, which is interesting. Well, that makes sense. You just clock the guy in the balls. Yeah, gritty.
Okay, here we go. Recovery allows characters to tend their wounds, rest their muscles, and take a relaxing thing. In narrative terms, a recovery should take just enough time for the characters to fix themselves up before moving again. It can also represent a period of sleep. Each time a character performs a recovery, they regain 50% of their maximum life points and gain 1 stamina point. So, Mahambi and Hansi, you can get your stamina point back.
Sure.
So the travel here has been challenging, but you have come across... it turns out that Radon's instructions or directions have been quite good. Let's see here. Does Mahambi have any skill... Nothing for hunting. Davor doesn't have for hunting either, but you're both... Mahambi, you're from the wilds. Why don't you give us a wits check, please, at +1.
Okay, sure.
So
Yeah, it's interesting because her description definitely talks about her hunting and whatnot. So
yeah, and I imagine like it isn't in the rules, but I would probably rule that like if there are situational modifiers, the game is very loose, and they call it the rule of 3. So modifiers of between 1 and 3 are sort of situational things, whether it's positive or negative.
Okay, so d6 plus 5 because their value is 4.
Exactly, and then roll your flex die as well.
Okay,
That's pretty good.
Oop, let's roll d10, 20, which wouldn't be good.
You're playing in hard mode. So what I want to know is how you guys were approaching this thing. So this windswept area that you're moving into is kind of, it is in some foothills and in a sandy, kind of area. I'm trying to remember where, I think Zamora borders on Stygia to the south. Oh, I got the map in here. Let me take a look instead of guessing and having angry comments here. No, it doesn't. It borders on Quran and Koth to the south. So it'll be the... I mentioned Shem before. I think we're going to set this in Shem as well. Because Shem across the river is where Stygia is. So maybe this is sort of near... I forget. We can say it's Zamora anyway. I like the look of this map. It's not as clear as what some of the others are, though. For those listening at home, that's what the mapping area. It's a gorgeous stylized map. But in terms of like determining where things are and where the borders are, the other two RPGs... the Mongoose one and the other, and the Modifius one both have a little easier to read maps. But this is near the borders with Quran. So the southeast. Oh, they did say southeast in the adventure, so maybe that's where it's intended. Making your way in here, there is a cliffside. And then there is this, it looks like the winds must have come in here and pulled out whatever sand was accumulated in, leaving this strange structure. With Mahambi taking the lead here, you guys are approaching here with a great deal of caution. So it seems like you are finding this place without anyone being aware. One of the hills, maybe you're able to sneak up and look down at it. Davor, would you like to give us a wits check, please?
Absolutely. That's one of my best skills.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right, so first, what you can see from this distance, Davor, studying that... the dome that has been exposed. It has carvings and glyphs of a ancient nature, and there is, as they said, there is a aperture at the top, but it looks like it's more of a lid or a plug, and it has a wheel to tighten and loosen the lid. You, Davor, while you're a child of Jebel Sag, I think you also have some knowledge of the ancient world and the secrets that are known to some of them. What you would recognize the markings on that dome as is dating from the fallen empire of Acheron. Acheron, prior to the current age, was one of the two rival sorceress-powered empires, Acheron and Stygia. Stygia still remains a dark shadow of what it once was, but Acheron fell, torn down by the sons of Bori, when the hordes of the north came down and shattered their kingdom. Acheron was a kingdom of foul, demon-summoning sorcerers, and its ruins hold great danger and great wealth.
Does Devor think that that plug is sealing something in that shouldn't get out?
Uncertain. It could be either. the Acheronians were very greedy in their secrets.
Look to the others and like, Acheronians. Great danger, but great reward, possibly.
So, what would you care to do? To study that plug, you will need to get in closer.
Yeah.
Devor is itching to... There's like a semi-ominous howl from off in the distance, and Devor kind of looks back, and then... I want to see what's within. Let us go.
About how big was this plug again?
The plug is about... It looks to be... Gosh, like almost 25 to 30 feet across from what you can see. It's quite large. And it does appear like there is some kind of mechanism.
Okay, hold on one second.
What are you thinking, Gudrun?
She's looking around for something to kill or that may be in their way.
Sure. Why don't you give us a wits check, Gudrun?
Okay.
Nice, roll 9. So if there was anything that made its way in here, unfortunately the sand-swept rocky terrain, the sand has blown away to obscure any markings, and then the rocky terrain unfortunately offers up little information.
Did Radon ever explain how he got an arrow to the knee or the leg?
It was in the battle, like you guys all... One of the things that happens often is petty princes and potentates will hire armies of mercenaries to throw against their rivals.
Gotcha.
A good way to earn some coin, and as long as you survive it intact, you will, have, whether the army wins or loses, you'll have some coin. If you win, you get spoils. If you lose, well...
Gotcha.
Yeah, and that is where you guys all escaped that unharmed relatively. He took an arrow to the leg, unfortunately.
Gotcha. Well, Gudrun will say there's no blood to be spilled here. Let's move ahead and find our reward.
Okay. Hansi, Mahambi, what do you think?
Yeah, we're definitely following along, and
As we leave that spot, Devor pulls out that bone he snatched from Radon's plate so many days ago, and he stabs it into the sand, just as an offering to the beasts that are following them.
yeah.
Okay. So as you make your way in, Davor, when you're getting closer, you can see something curious about the markings. When you're getting closer and studying them really at a close-up range, you can understand why you were able to quite so clearly make them out as Acheronian markings as opposed to Stygian markings. There is almost no weathering on these.
So, it was buried in sand and the sand just got washed away?
Correct. And with a lack of weathering, this may have been buried almost immediately after it was erected.
Yeah, there's if you could see the bead of sweat but beneath his hair and fur, there would be one right along his temple, and he starts sniffing the air even though you can't actually smell magic, but he's acting paranoid.
Mahambi starts, if that's related to everybody, Mahambi will start looking at the other hills as well, wondering what else might be buried in this region.
This area does have, there's the high cliffs on one side and likely on the north side too. This very well could be some long lost, and to give a context, we're talking millennia of time that has passed since the time of Acheron.
Gudrun's not paying attention to anything Devor's doing. She's stowing her axes and getting ready to climb up the dome.
Yep.
Okay. So if you wish to make your way up, what you will find is a The lid itself, now that you're up close, is made of some kind of strange and ancient metal. I say ancient because even if any of you have experience as a steel worker, Gudrun may be the only one who may have, been around a blacksmith for an extended period of time. The strange greenish sheen to this metal is unlike anything you've seen living hands work.
She attempts to score the metal with her hatchet to see if it does anything.
It is harder than the steel in your hatchet.
Hansi wants to follow up as well, and he wants to take a closer look at the plug, kind of like where it meets the dome.
Sure. Why don't you give us a wits check?
Yep.
And we'll give you +1 on that because of the shadows. I think it sounds like you're trying to check to see if there's anything. Those Acheronians were very insidious in their design of traps as well.
Well, that too, but he's also looking for, like, if there's a way to kind of, basically, if the plug is part of the dome, or if it's like something that looks like they can pop out. But yeah, he's also looking for traps.
Yeah. Okay. Whoa, good. Roll your flex die as well.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Not that he needs stamina at this point.
I think I can't remember. I keep saying I'm going to look, and then I just fucking abandon it because we start talking about something else. Let me just double check and see about exceeding your stamina. I could very easily be confusing this with another game.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you could always increase your result by 1 instead of getting your stamina.
Yeah. Yeah, again, a 12 matters compared to a 11.
That's how I'd handle it. If you're topped up, you just automatically get your +1 to your roll.
Well, there is the game right now, or at least in the Quickstart, is flexible. So certain tasks, they say you can interpret them with degrees of success. So if you get a 10 on your flex die, you could interpret that as like an extraordinary success.
Yeah. I'll call that an extraordinary success then.
Well, you mean you rolled a 1, so you need it's the 10 on the flex die.
That's right, yeah.
What dictates that. Yep. Here we go. Okay, you start with 4. There is no upper limit to how many stamina points a character can have. Okay. So, there you go. So yeah, I knew I felt that I had read that somewhere, so that is good to know. Okay, so then, Hansi, what you can tell is it does not, for one, there's no trap that you can observe in here. And an 11, I think, to give you a way of judging that, I think that's a hard task. A tough task.
Yeah.
So which is 1 step down from legendary. You're 2 points off from legendary with that result. So your eyes, you make your way around this thing. It does not appear that there's anything that has marked this thing. It also does not appear that it has been disturbed as of yet. In the same way that the markings themselves on here, these Acheronian glyphs that you are stepping over, that they seem as fresh as the day that those long dead craftsmen carved them into it. Likewise, it seems that whatever long dead hands placed this metal plug in place, it has not moved since that time.
And he relays all that. And does he have any idea, like, from looking at it, what the best way of getting the plug off will be? Like, just levering it out, or?
There is a wheel to tighten, lock, and loosen the lid on here.
I see. Okay. And he points to it and says, well, shall we?
Gudrun will join up and spit on her hands and get ready to manipulate this wheel.
Yep.
Okay. So you two...
She's strong.
Whoa.
Yep.
Davor may even kind of like tut when he sees this, because the mechanism, in spite of its age, in spite of its state of storage under these tons of sand for millennia, it moves like a freshly made, water wheel. It tuk, 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 tuk. And then you hear the lock mechanism unclasp, and you pull it back, and there's a puff of air that comes out.
Davor says, as he kind of looks down and says, if we do release demons, pity the soul that gets impacted by it.
Demons. Oh, so that's actually an interesting point. So one of the things, John, because if you're not familiar with Robert E. Howard stuff, Howard is a contemporary of H.P. Lovecraft, the author behind the Lovecraftian myths for the most part, and for Cthulhu, and the Call of Cthulhu game is inspired in many ways primarily by his works. Robert E. Howard incorporated some of the same stuff. Like there's stuff where you'll see like a deity mentioned in a Lovecraftian work that is incorporated into Howard's work, or vice versa. One of the ways you can think of the distinguishing features between the heroes in them, though, is where Lovecraftian protagonists encounter the unknown, their minds are shattered by it, and they generally have, if not an end to their lives, an end to their minds as functioning states. In Howardian heroes, though, they encounter entities from the outer dark, and they will fucking strangle them with their hands, or they'll smash them with their steel. A Howardian hero punches Cthulhu in the face, as opposed to fleeing from him, or trying to find some antediluvian way or antediluvian spell to unwork whatever things they have. So it's as there are similar sensibilities and similar, things you'll see in them, but the outcome from them. That is not to say that it's not easy, or that it's easy to do that, or that there isn't a cost that is paid. Conan is left broken and bloodied by many of his encounters, but it is the steel of his will, as well as his pantherish reflexes, that allow him to triumph over those adversaries.
Yeah. We don't go crazy. We get PTSD and then we punch stuff.
Yeah.
And then after we drink a bit and whatnot, that our PTSD goes away.
Yeah, there's always more horrors to face. So that is one way to think of the nature of the demons in this. Is they're similar to Cthulhuid entities, but it's a different relationship they have with them. This, guys, if you looked up, this is the pit. Now, I think you guys do have equipment on your character sheets too.
Yeah, that's right. Let's see.
Something's going to help me get down there.
There is no rope on anyone's thing, but I assume you have a rope with you.
Oh yeah, who wouldn't come out here to explore a dangerous ruin without a rope, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Well, it was described as a dome with a plug on top, so you would be aware of that. So if you... who is the one who lights the torch and Indiana Jones style hangs it down there to try and see what you can see?
Gudrun, of course.
Okay.
She's scared of nothing.
Okay. So I have more block text for you. Your firelight illuminates only a portion of this cross-shaped, high-ceilinged chamber. The ground far below is a mix of cracked sandstone tiles and natural earth. The walls stretch up to form the dome, and in the center of the room, lining up directly below the aperture, lies a large, perhaps 30 feet in circumference, portal lid, its surface etched with ominous figures and horrifying creatures, seemingly conjured from the nightmares of an ancient civilization. Heavy chains stretch across this, crisscrossed to form an X. It is a foreboding... it's as foreboding a warning as you've seen. The chamber, it seems, once led north, but it has collapsed and remains impassable. A doorless arch on the eastern side of the room leads to a deeper passage, and on the western side of the room stands a pair of doors of cold, hammered copper. I'll set up. We actually have a map. Let me quickly bang out a map, and I'll put some dynamic lighting on it so we can not spoil the whole map for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll put it in daylight mode, so it'll just... There we go. Okay, and underground ruins. So while I'm doing this, what do you guys make of this? I think you need not make a roll to think of two chains crisscrossed across a seal marked with ancient mystic ruins.
Mohambi in general doesn't like chains because she has been on the bad end of them, but she also understands the necessity of keeping some things secured.
Yeah.
She says, I believe whatever we do, we probably should not disturb the chains.
Well, we've already come this far, Davor says.
But there's other ways. You said there's other paths through this.
There is indeed there are a set of large copper doors.
Yeah. Says I would at least suggest looking through the doors first.
You see Davor's looking down. He's got this contemplative look on his head, and then he starts mumbling about he's been having strange, troubling dreams and visions of late. Of a great storm that is coming, digging into the seas and mountains and pulling its power from the guts of the earth.
That does not bode well.
Looks up at him and mutters under his breath, "Adult old man."
And then you kind of see him like half reach out as though towards the seal, as though he's kind of trying to seize something, and then he's looking at his hand and shakes his head. I'm playing into the background I was provided with, so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
They do give some a great bit of context for the characters, for sure.
Yeah.
So what are you guys intending on doing? I'll bring you over to the map.
Gudrun doesn't care about chains. She's going to get a rope and go down there.
Okay.
Say last one down gets a small share of the treasure.
Who said that? Gudrun?
Gudrun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Mohambi says, I don't care about being around the chains. I just don't want to remove them yet.
Yeah, she doesn't care. The chains are worth money. We're taking them.
Okay.
Sure,
well, these chains
will pay a lot for it.
From the size of these things, I mean, we're talking the kind of chains you would use to like secure a massive ship or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like it is.
Yeah.
Here we go.
We might have to take a couple trips.
Says, how about if we? Yeah, Mohambi again says, what about if we check out the rest of this place before we deal with whatever is down there?
Oh yeah, but we're going to take everything that's not bolted down first, and then what's bolted down.
Now let's see here. Do I have this functioning properly? Oh, I do. Look at that, guys. Here you go.
Because of course, releasing something that's chained down is always going to go well.
Only thing I'm releasing is my inhibitions. Let's go.
Okay. So what you would know, Radon, without having to make a check, as a sorcerer, you know that whatever that seal is, that is a barrier against something from the outer dark. Something
I don't know how you would feel
otherworldly.
about that.
You can also give us a wits check. This is a difficulty 9.
It's a good thing he's really good at wits.
Mm-hmm.
I failed. Rolled a 1.
Oh.
I'm going to spend a stamina point.
Okay.
Actually, hold on. I will pay 2 stamina points to increase that by 2 to make it.
I think you can just, from the nat 1 roll, you can spend just a nat 1 to make it a success, full stop.
Okay, let's do that then.
Okay. So... Oh. So actually, well, here's the thing, is the option is that the sorceress power that is there, you actually may be able to siphon some off to gain a stamina point. So you basically spend a stamina point to gain a stamina point.
His backstory is tempted enough to draw on the power that he will actually draw on that and recharge it.
There you go.
Yeah. So as you guys get down there, you see Davor look up on it, and he just some weird hand gesture. And he says, "There is power here."
Okay. So when the last of you are down here, what you can see is that to the east, that eastern passage yawns open, leading to a long hall, perhaps 10 feet wide, 10 feet high. They've been carved from natural stone, mixed in some portions with orange sandstone brickwork. And the scale, incidentally, guys, the seal itself is almost 30 feet across to judge how big this room is. Mahambi, you can see up to the north there, that tunnel has well and truly collapsed. And then here, there are those large copper doors.
And the seal is made out of stone or metal? Probably metal.
Seal.
Yeah, steel. Okay.
Sorry, no, I said the seal, I just was not finishing my sentence, is made out of... I don't know. I think it's steel as well.
Okay.
Let's see.
Just it looks a little bit
Yeah, there's
brownish on
probably
the
like
picture.
copper or bronze, perhaps.
Okay. And because it has carvings, that would make sense that it might be a softer one.
Yeah, I really don't know. I'll take a look on. We'll take a mid-session break in a second, and I'll double check.
Sure.
To see whether it gives us. I'm sure it does somewhere. There is also, though, before we take the break, there is the door, and someone can either give an edge or wits check.
Maybe Hansi with an edge.
Let me see if there's if we have rules for assisting in this as well. Oh, there is. I think it's each to assist. It gives +1. So if, let's say, it's a maximum of +3. So if you guys are talking this over out loud, perhaps someone can make the check with a +3 modifier on top of their either wits or edge.
Yeah, Hansi has a d6 +5 for his edge.
Oof.
That's the best that I have.
And hence, Hansi also gets +1 on all edge checks and attacks. So it's actually a +6.
On all or just...
On all. If you take a look at his origin bonuses.
Yeah, okay. I didn't go down far enough.
So his roll is pretty much equal to the Devor's for wits. So let's Hansi take the spotlight this time.
Okay. Hansi, 1d...
6 plus 6 plus 3, right?
Yep, that's right.
So 9.
Nice roll.
Yep.
So, here's what you do. For one, the glyphs and symbols on the door, they seem to be a warning. And the stones that are hanging above do not seem germane to the surroundings. You can tell that the door is trapped, this copper door. But with a roll that good, you can spot a wedge-shaped brick resting next to the door that seems to have been crafted to fit beneath the slab of bricks to effectively lock them in place and disarm the trap.
He doesn't even relate that. He just
roll your flex die too.
Oh yeah, he's basically, if he's confident enough, he's just gonna if he can move the brick, he does it himself. If he can't,
yeah. So you guys are talking things over. You're talking about the bricks or the glyphs on this massive door. Grab the thing, place it under. You have it disarmed.
Hansi says, I think that means that those things above us are not going to fall on us when we try to open this.
Then, why don't we take our mid-session break now, guys, and then we'll see what else awaits you either behind those door, down the corridor, or under the seal. So, back for those listening at home. We'll be back in about 5 minutes.
Okay. Hey, Ron, Don, did you have a good time?
All right. So then, what are our heroes doing next? Let me, while I'm waiting, I'll get initiative order up here. For no particular reason.
Hansi says, well, given that there's a trap on this door, and given that there's just an opening in the wall over there, I think the more lucrative path would be through the doors.
Oh, you're going to be muted, John.
Also the potential of getting trapped behind said door.
Toastmo.
There is that possibility. Does Hansi feel that there's a way that the doors would close automatically again after they went through? Or, how do the doors open? Do they swing or do they...
The doors, they would swing open towards you.
Swing open. Then he glances at the rocks. He says, "If you're really worried about that, we could pile some rocks to jam them."
That would take too long. We should explore first.
Okay. So, are you suggesting the open passageway or through the doors?
That where he's looking at the seal and then at the doors, and he's like, I vote for the door.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Gudrun sighs.
Okay.
So Hansi reaches out and tries to open the door.
And
hoping it's just as smooth as everything else so far has been.
So let me tell you what happens. So here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Buried in sand.
We all die. Nope.
So what sits beyond the door opens to another large room where a heaving of the earth has left its mark. Much of the roof has collapsed, but a portion of the chamber remains free of rubble. A stone dais sits partially covered by rubble, half of it shattered and strewn on the floor. But within this heap is a silver chest about as big as a loaf of bread. And that catches Hansi's eye.
Gudrun she walks in towards Eye and peers around the room.
Yeah. Well, Hansi wanders over towards the chest, although you know what? He saw the stone things above the door, so he looks up as he goes in.
They seem to be held fast by the blocking stone that you placed in there.
Yep, but he's also looking up into the room that he enters because he's...
Sure. Why don't you give us a wits check there, Hansi?
Yep. This is something that he's picked up from Reagan from all those years ago.
Yeah.
Always look up. Wits check. D6 plus 4. Oh, that's not bad.
Great roll. Roll your flex time.
Yep.
Okay. So you make your way in. There's nothing above, and the chest itself, if you're inspecting the silver chest, it likewise is of a very ancient, whatever culture crafted this thing is long dead. Okay. And what do you do?
How does it open? Or can he see how it opens?
You can see, there's a small little mechanism. You turn a clasp and it opens. And if you're inspecting, I'll let you roll that last result forward.
Sure.
Does not appear to be trapped either.
Okay. Of course, there can always be something alive in there, but...
Or the chest itself could be alive, mix and all.
It is metal, so it's got some good heft to it, but if you move, it feels like there is something loose inside that is moving, not like rattling around, but there is something else that is within here. The box, like I said, the box is about the size of a loaf of bread.
Yeah. But he doesn't feel like it's moving on its own. In other words, it's...
No, and you do not hear anything within it.
Okay. So he put...
After you're playing around with it, Gudrun says, open it already.
All right. He actually goes to the back of it, and he reaches forward after he opens it, and he pulls it this way, so at least there's something between him and the,
Okay.
the lid is between him and the opening.
Which means
And
that Gudrun probably is the first to spy that within there is an ornately carved dagger of that same strange metal. Its hilt has been deftly engraved and features jade, gold, and rubies. Its pommel is shaped into a toothy, devouring maw, as if a creature is eating the dagger from the bottom up. Its guard and haft are shaped to resemble a secondary knife plunging into the creature's mouth, as if the weapon is attacking itself.
Gudrun says, that's a nasty looking knife. You use knives, don't you, Hansi?
Hansi says, hell yeah.
Davor, you feel almost as if something squirmed in your gut.
Well, there's not a premonition of where that dagger's going to end up. He's going to walk a little bit closer and try to examine this thing. He's like, don't touch it yet. He goes to look at it.
Sure. Give us a wits check once again, please. Nice.
Something is off
Holy
with this.
smokes.
Yeah, we are killing it.
So if you study this thing, this is actually, for one, not only is this obviously a potent, not artifact, object for use in rituals of the blasphemous kind. This particular thing, it has a name carved on it in a language that has not been spoken aloud, apart from sorcerers, in thousands of years. That name is Thule.
The weapon's name is Thule.
This is either something in veneration of a god of the outer dark, or something used to combat said god.
Alright. Hansi says, first of all, it's probably worth something.
For sure.
At the same time, he looks over at, assuming Davor actually told us that. Yeah, Davor should say that. He's like, any sense if this thing has magic, although...
It's bathed in ritualistic magic. I'm not sure if it is magic, but it's been used for it.
Okay.
So that's a good point. One of the ways where sword and sorcery stories and whatnot differ from like high fantasy things is that sword and sorcery generally, if it's got a magic, is dangerous and unpredictable and the kind of thing you really need to. So like the ubiquity of common magic items in high fantasy games is just not really present in here. This is a ritual object as much as it is potentially a weapon.
Okay. Hansi says, I can hold on to that. There's a lot of things in this place that seem to indicate there's something held here. And he kind of glances back at the chains. It could end up becoming useful.
Yeah, Gudrun looks at you like, are you going to carry the chest, or are you going to pick up the knife?
He reaches in, he grabs the knife.
Good man.
So there are a couple of other things in the chest as well, too. Trinkets and other things of value that will give you a few nights of... where is it?
Lavish expenses.
Yeah. Ways to help our PTSD that we're about to get.
Exactly. All right, where is it here? Rune entrance. The value of these objects should be enough for a few nights' lodging and food. Apart from that, if there was anything else of interest in this room, it has long ago been swallowed up by the earth. Perhaps for the betterment of mankind.
Well, shall we explore the opening in the other wall.
Yeah, Gudrun, she nodded. Yes, let's find something for you to stab with that thing.
Says I could try it on you if you really
Nope,
want. But
nope,
okay,
nope.
okay, all right.
Deborah looks at you like you're crazy. Should probably put the knife away if you're feeling those kind of urges already.
No, this is just the, I'm not feeling that urge. By the way, was Mohambi healed? Oh yeah, she was healed completely, right? On this trip.
From the fight with the
rest,
back alley
yeah.
thugs?
Yeah.
From generic thug number 1?
Yes.
Yep.
Gudrun's going to go ahead, torch up, and with a throwing axe in the other hand, ready for battle.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mohambi has her bow ready.
Okay.
And
Deborah also pulls out a very primitive-looking bow while he's down here.
Yeah. Hansi right now is just holding out his throwing knives. The other one is stashed, but
Okay, so there is only the one torch then that Gudrun is carrying. Is that right?
yep.
Yes.
Hansi could hold another torch. He's going to hold one throwing knife in one hand, torch in the other. Yep.
Okay. So again,
Yeah.
this is likely the perspective that you guys are seeing from down there.
Yep. Okay.
This is one of
That
the
is so
illustrations from the... Yeah, it's just from the...
Yep.
The art in the Quickstart is super fucking cool.
Yep.
So, the Eastern Passage seems you guys have stumbled upon more block text. The Eastern Passage yawns open, leading to a long hallway, perhaps 10 feet wide and 10 feet high. The walls have been carved from natural stone, mixed in some portions with orange sandstone brickwork. After approximately 40 feet, the hallway ends at a cave-in. Whatever chamber might lie beyond are inaccessible, but a fissure riven into the wall is wide enough for a character to squeeze through. And from when you get to this collapsed wall, there is air moving freely from the other room, so it suggests something larger on the far side of that.
Gudrun looks back and everyone says, all right, who's the scrawniest?
Where is the fissure? Can you maybe point to it?
If you
on
move
the-
forward, you can actually see it.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah. Remember, this is a, what did it say, 40 feet down?
Yep.
Can you see it now?
I cannot yet see it. Does Gudrun see it?
Well, it's the opening in the...
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just curious. If it was like in the wall, if it was heading back towards the plug in the bottom, but well, I would guess that a thief is probably the scrawniest. I mean, he kind of glances over at Devore. You've gotten pretty thin.
You want to send the old man into the unknown in the darkness with no torch?
Well, he kind of looks like a drink and says, well, yeah, but okay, fine.
You realize that I can heal you with sorcery, yes?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a coward, I could do it myself, but...
Not a coward. I'm just
How do they say it in the language of the beast? Bugok?
He looks at Gudrun and he's like, this, okay, whatever.
The
He
old
goes
man's
into
funny. What do I say?
He goes into the torch.
Okay. So,
He goes to the
Hansi,
torch
would you kindly give us an edge check,
Yep.
please? As you're making way
Now,
through
he would be attempt to do it as quietly as possible, but I don't know if that's good enough to give the +1 on the edge check.
So that'll be a separate roll from the one I'm asking for. So why don't you give us an edge check to try and remain silent as well?
I see. Okay.
So you'll gain a net of +2 to that on top of your 5. So go ahead and give us a 1d.
Okay. 6 plus
6 plus 5?
plus 7, right?
Plus 7, forgive me, yeah.
Yep. And
Nice, and then your flex die.
there
you go!
Nice.
Now, you want an extraordinary result for that? You want to get a stamina point?
I will do an extraordinary result.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't get stuck.
So, Hansi, you are able to get your way all the way to the far side. Let me show you what you see. As you poke through, Beyond is a passage made of a natural cave system sloping down, and you are standing at the top of a small cliff leading down into a chamber with dozens of burrowed holes in the sides leading out from here. And with your extraordinary result, you're able to see. Let me show you another illustration from the Quickstart. And I'll tell you what you've found in there.
A dragon's hoard without the dragon.
We're likely to find a dragon without the horde in this game, you know. Right?
Yeah, I know.
Oh no! Tell me one doesn't have a human torso and a head. Hiding in the rocks.
You see the largest scorpion you have ever seen come skittering out of one of those holes and kind of...
Is it about the size of the one behind the picture, or the one that's down in the front?
This one seems to be the size of the smaller one in the front. By smaller, I mean, 3.5 feet long, nearly 4 feet long, plus the tail.
Now, he was
size of a lab.
He was trying to be very quiet, and he got an extraordinary success.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you see these things? The flickering of your torchlight reflecting off the chitinous hull, or the chitin of their carapace.
Hard to hide when you have a torch. Is there any... Real quick, he sees the whole thing. Does he see anything that looks valuable in the room other than...
Why don't you give us a wits check?
Yep. Because if he does it, he's not staying there. D6 plus 4. Come on.
9. That's pretty good.
Okay. And then your flex die?
Oh, flex die. Hey, there we go. Extraordinary success, please.
Okay. I will tell you, there's nothing you can gain from an extraordinary success, so you might as well just take the stamina point.
Sure.
So you totally be 5 out of 4 then, I guess. There's nothing of value to be found down here.
Hansi just starts backing up, and he says...
So you are part of the way back. No one else followed you down this fissure, right? So you're inching your way along on your own, and that is when you hear a huge sound of smashing from the main chamber.
The chamber in front of me. The chamber with the scorpion. No.
From the chamber you guys entered.
I see. That seems bad.
Mohambi, I'm assuming you're not standing right at the edge there, but if you're the first one who runs back, what you can see, there is an enormous rock that has been dropped and has shattered one of the chains. You then hear, when you can see drop down from the top, a second thing down onto another one of the chains, shattering it and marring the glyphs.
Is it coming from the removed
plug? From above. If you look up,
it's coming through the plug.
Someone is dropping something down onto the plug, and if you look up, it is difficult to see because of the silhouetting of the bright Zamoran sun or Hyborian sun above. But you can see a face you recognize.
God damn it, Radon.
Yeah, traitor. All right.
Do you know what, Radon? I left a bone out there for you.
So you can hear there is chittering from behind Hansi, because something has been stirred here. So why doesn't everyone go ahead and roll initiative?
Nice. You said that was an edge test?
It is an edge test, yeah. I don't know if anyone's got any modifiers for it. I actually don't know if I've got any scorpions here. There isn't...
But I do have the +1 for any edge test, so I can use that.
Yes, Oh, nice. I actually do have a couple of scorpions in here.
11. That's not bad.
Guys, I got lots of scorpions. Holy smokes. Don't you worry, guys. I got your fill of scorpions.
Crap.
All right.
He's just hoping to like move some rocks in before these things get out.
I think he's trying to break the seal. Oh, the Radon guy.
Yeah. Oh no, I know what he's doing. I'm taking Hansi is trying, and when he gets out of here, he's going to try to move some rocks to block the scorpions.
Okay.
If he feels like he could do that. Oh, okay. Let me get Humby. D6 plus 4. Come on, Humby.
Okay. I'll add the scorpions in afterwards. All right. You know what I might do is because I really... Oh, wrong thing. I should have done this on before you guys roll the initiative because it won't carry over. Let me do this. Because the... Here we go. The game uses zones. It lends itself to theater of the mind. And I'm assuming you guys aren't going to fight these things in the corridor. Why don't I just set up a separate page here with that big pit illustration. And then have you guys fight over there. Okay. You grab your tokens. I think the only one who has spent any stamina is Hansi is up to 5 now, right?
Yeah, and you spent one but got one back, so.
Okay, so you guys are things, and you've got that dagger, so let me put you guys in here. And then I'll bring over... Sorry, I'm just going to clear the initiative tracker. So, maybe mark down what you rolled for it.
Already did.
Okay. I'm going to clear the turns.
Mahambi actually wants to get a shot at the guy up top.
Yeah, you can try. So let's let me add these.
She's holding her bow.
Wait, did I screw this up? Do you guys have access to these tokens? Hold on, details. Yes, you do.
No,
okay, great.
I do, yes.
Yeah, okay, great. Okay, so let me add turns. Go ahead and add your initiative scores in, guys. And I'll get some scorpions set up on here. All right.
Enter.
Let Robert go first so I don't knock out his initiative.
What did I... There we go. Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done.
Okay. Awesome. All right, so let me get the initiative tracker for yield scorpions. I did break my streak. Nearly 6 months of not deleting a thing.
Dave told on you.
Well, yeah, I figured Dave was going to. Couldn't believe it. Yeah, I was too caught up in the game. All right, so we'll use these ones for the smaller ones. These will be the minion scorpions. Let's see here. And
if Hansi hears these things coming after him, he would like to shout and say, block the entrance once I get out of here.
Okay.
So...
You can... I don't think that's going to be possible, to be honest. Okay. Yeah, this stuff is... It's either stable enough for you to make your way through, or it's so unstable that you wouldn't. Yeah. Sure. I'll tell you, like, in normal circumstances, I'd say that it was something you absolutely could try. We're playing a quick start with a different type of fight in it, so we want to see what the fight's going to be. That's the only reason I'm...
Definitely use that dagger to stab the scorpions. I want to see what it does.
Yeah.
It's like...
Okay. So let's see here. This is the I'll tell you why, because this is a big fucking fight.
Nice.
So here we go.
I'm just saying what he would do. It's possibly
for sure. Yeah, I just want you
to completely okay that he can't.
Yeah.
It's like. Yeah.
Just because that is absolutely something that would, and the game would suit easily figuring out, like, okay, well, why don't we set a 10 difficulty might check for you, right? Yeah. And then they would have to try and push through it, but like, whereas part of this is just given seeing what the scrap will be like.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, so let me move them up. I got my smaller scorpions. I got my bigger scorpions.
Scorpions?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of scorpions.
Mohammed's like, old man, some wolves would be helpful.
Do you think wolves can climb down ropes?
If they appear, what
And
would
then-
they? I thought you called them so that they like.
Yeah, I
just
called them
appear.
into medium range. It's
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then we'll use
They
this,
can,
and
they
then there
can jump.
is
They can jump on them.
the Scorpion Broodmother.
I intend to summon wolves if possible, but you'll have to keep these things off me.
Okay, and then this, the Broodmother, actually has life points because she's an actual proper
Yeah, no,
adversary.
that's not good.
So let me get that in here. All right, guys, let's see. We can see nothing. All right, I think we're good to go here. All right, so then Scorpions rolled 8. Okay, then
Oh no, I'm going last.
Hansi is up first. So you were pushing your way through that little squeeze on the side here, Hansi. I think it'll be one zone to move into the corridor leading to the main chamber, and then the main chamber will be a second zone. So what would you like to do? You got 2 actions.
And I'm assuming that because these are scorpions, even though they're bigger, they're going to be able to crawl all over us, probably on the walls, even if we're in the corridor. Yeah, he's going to try to get back to the.
Okay.
You said the pit. How far would the pit be?
So to me, the main chamber would be 2 zones away from where you are.
So it would require 2 moves.
2 moves, but don't you have a... When making 2 move actions in the same time, you may make an additional bonus move action.
Oh, I do. Okay.
And you
that's
can
only
spend a stamina point to take an additional move action too.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Yes, you could blow... Because you have 5... Hold on, we didn't update your token. You got 5 stamina.
Okay. I did update. I thought I updated it. Why didn't it?
You updated on the last token. I brought these from somewhere else.
Okay, got it. All right.
Okay.
So he's going to use the fleet-footed thing instead. So he takes the 2 move actions, gets to the pit, and if he can see a scorpion at that stage, he's going to throw a.
The scorpions are coming from the natural chamber. Remember the layout? There was that chamber, then it leads down. There's the scorpion chamber. There's the corridor that had the little fissure in it that you squeeze through, and then there's the main chamber where there's the pit, and the rope incidentally is gone. So
they got to come to us.
Yeah. So what he's going to do then? Do we have to do it in a specific order? Can I wait till the first one appears? Throw.
I don't think you're
rope?
actually allowed to ready actions in this because I was just looking, but let me double check here.
Okay. I guess I'm just asking, does he see any scorpions at this moment?
There are some that are surging towards him, but it's all of them that are surging towards you through this little
I think
area.
anything else would be a GM decision, not covered by the above options.
Yeah, so you can you may perform two
Like if
things.
you want to ready an attack, you spend 2 actions and you get 1 action.
Yeah.
A PC must use or lose all of their actions on their turn. They may not wait to see what an ally does and save an action for later. However, during their own turn, a PC may take their action in any order they wish.
Okay, so he's gonna throw a dagger at the first scorpion he sees.
Yep, go ahead.
And
Defense is a 5.
defense is a 5, and then he's gonna basically book it.
Yep. Okay.
Roll
lose your dagger.
D6. No, no, he wants to use the edge. He's saving this for something bigger. Because he knows there's something bigger. There's other scorpions.
Yep.
And they happen to be kind of big. So D6 plus 5 plus 6 because he always uses.
Yep, always gets the
plus
edge
1.
bonus.
Yep. And then, okay. That doesn't seem bad. There's that. Oh.
And nice. So this is a minion. Remember, if there's a health bar on this, so this game has minions because it doesn't. I didn't see anything that tells you that I'm supposed to directly communicate to you guys that it's a minion, but because it's an important decision-making thing, if it's got a health bar, you can see it's not a minion. Otherwise, it's a minion.
Yep. He would go after one of these guys, one of the top 3, if he sees one of them.
It's the smaller ones are the ones that you can go after first.
Okay, so he goes after that, and with that would could do max damage.
You could do max damage, but again, that's why the reason I'm emphasizing it, you can tell the difference between a minion. There might be a better use for that.
Okay,
say getting another stamina point.
Yeah, we'll get another stamina point, and we will.
Okay, so go ahead and roll damage then.
1d4.
Ooh, threshold of this is actually a 7. So
Okay. So
let's
I
see.
did it twice. Yep.
2. So do you want to
Just-
blow that newly found stamina point, roll another d4, or you want to blow 2 stamina points and roll 2 d4? It is hit. Like the next time you hit it, it would die.
Yeah. I don't think he's gonna. Those don't seem like good odds. So he's gonna keep his stamina points, and he's
Okay.
gonna run back to the main chamber.
Awesome.
But he could attack. But he could attack twice. Then he could use a stamina to get another move action, right?
Yep. To get
So he's
a
gonna-
move action. Remember, you have to spend your action to get your move action. At best, right now, if you spend a stamina and use your second action, you'll be able to get to the main chamber. If you attack a second time and then spend stamina to get another action, you'll run back to. You'll be in the corridor when these things surge.
Retreat.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He retreats.
Okay. So you have 6 stamina points right now for Hansi, and then you go racing into. So are you spending a second stamina point to get a second action then to move?
Well, he's fleet-footed, so
But fleetfoot is when you're using 2 move actions on the same turn. You get an additional.
Yeah, you should spend the point and be down to 5.
okay. But so I guess my question was, if I'm making 2 move actions, if I take a stamina, never mind. Okay. Yep. All right.
Yeah,
I got
there's
it,
not
I
in
got
this
it.
particular situation. Like you could, in theory, you could run into that chamber on the far side if you'd like.
No.
you know, so-
he's gonna run back to the main chamber.
Okay, so you're down to 5 stamina. Hansi comes
Okay.
racing out. Gudrun, you're up next. What are you doing? And I think you're in the corridor right now.
Can she see anything squirming through the fissure?
No, but you can hear them coming.
She's going to say, pull back, and move back into the main chamber, and then spend an action to defend.
Okay. Then it is scorpion time. So they spill out into the. Well, first thing they'll do is 1 action to move into the fissure, 1 action to move into the corridor. So all of those minions, and then behind them the bigger ones. The brood mother is not yet into the corridor, but all the scorpions are in the corridor right now. They only have 2. Oh, the brood guard have 3 actions. That's fantastic. I think Davor is the only one left in here.
Yes, I didn't get a chance to leave.
Yes, sorry, Davor. Is there a stamina spend to go before?
I don't know.
Let's see.
I think narratively he would have moved in to see what the big gonging was, but we didn't really
I
address
don't
that.
think he had time. Like this was all happening simultaneously.
Yeah.
So, and it's a 40-foot passage, so he may have been walking down it before he got there. There is not.
It's going to be bad.
Okay.
Oops.
So these come out. All right, and their edge is okay.
Hansi and Gudrun just go running past them like, old man, move it.
What is your defense,
4.
Davor? Ooh. Fortunately, it's only 1 coming from 3 different ones. Let's see. All right.
I'm going to die.
Well, one of those is for sure a miss. I do sting you twice, though.
Yay.
So let's see here. Your stingers. Yeah. Davor, you take.
Can I ask a real quick question, just
Of
so that we
course.
know in the future? Is the initiative, does that count as a check? In other
Yeah.
words, could he have spent stamina to increase his initiative?
Hold on. Let's see here.
Because it says increase a check or attack result by +1 or pay 2 stamina
Oh,
points
that's a
to
good
increase
question.
it by +2.
It's definitely an initiative roll. I don't know if they call it a check, but that is a good question. It is a check. Adding any
there
bonus
a-
granted by skills or other rules.
Yeah, let it lie. Well, it's fine.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
but it's good to know. It's good to know for
Yep.
future because like that's
Yes.
Okay, so then that is 7 points of damage from the first stinger,
Ouch. I need that to cast spells.
and then the second one is 6 points of damage, and then I need 2 grit checks, please, against a difficulty of
Grit.
10.
Okay, well,
Devor,
geez. Well, good thing I got
Backup
plus 5 on my
character.
grit. Well, no, I mean, I got
nice knowing you.
one.
Oof.
I was really close.
That's very close. You want to spend let's see.
I'll do a stamina point to make that one.
Okay, hold on. To increase it by 1 after, yeah. Okay.
And
So
then,
the second one.
okay. Ooh,
Okay. So that'll be a crit fail, right? Do you want to?
it is an automatic fail. So unless I spend a stamina point to not make it automatic and not have to spend more to change the total, I'll just accept it.
Just accept it. Okay, so you are poisoned. You lose 1 life point at the end of each round. You may not spend stamina points. You don't roll your flex die, and -1 on all checks and attacks.
Jeez.
Okay, how does that go away?
It neutralizes whenever you make a recovery or whenever you regain any life points as the result of a sorcery skill.
Okay, so looks like I'm healing myself then.
Yeah, so
Yep.
you can feel this already, the pinching.
But
Jibble
if I
sag!
can't spend stamina, I can't cast my life spell.
Oops.
I assume from the phrasing of it. Oh yeah, you got to spend.
So since I can't spend stamina at all, or just to modify rolls,
It says you can't spend stamina. You
Well,
may not
then
spend
I-
stamina points.
then I'm just going to die. There's no stopping that.
Let's see if there is any. So, but there is a. So you
I
can,
know. This is a healing dagger. I'm going to stab you with it.
Is there?
hurt.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Is there an
good.
action? Yeah, there's no action to.
Oops.
Maybe
So
this is an
it-
oversight in the rules.
Yeah, but it's not that it doesn't say that you're able to cast it yourself. Let's see, you're casting spells. Wait, does it cost stamina for yours or life points?
Spend 1 stamina point and I
Fuck,
can heal.
so you
my
can,
call
summon a
wolf.
wolf, but you can't.
Yeah, with the life
cast
that I'm
healing.
losing.
Yeah.
Oh
could
my
I-
goodness.
Dude,
All right.
Can I spend 2 stamina just to negate the poison effect then? Just so I don't get affected with it?
You would need to. Let's see here. So what you would.
'Cause that's a
Let's see
bad.
here.
Yeah.
Okay, so the optional thing they had for the one, like before I hand wave it, I just want to see what the rules was written say. Because it is a quick start. Whenever a character rolls 1 on their stat as part of a check, that roll immediately fails. You may use your stamina point to increase the roll to a 1 or
From a 1 to a 2.
of a 1 to a 2 or trigger success flex die result. Thus avoiding. So you could, if you want, spend the stamina point
Yeah.
to. Yes. Wait. This actually might be. I think it's not. This is poorly phrased, but I think what it's saying is you can spend a stamina point to change your 1 to a 2, or if you rolled the 10 on the flex die, you can do that. I don't think it's that you can spend because there's nowhere else in the
Jeez.
dice that say that.
Because the poison effect completely shuts down my character.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah, but that's you got to rely on your teammates to be able to do that. And I think what you could do, this is where you can improvise. Your sorcery will not avail you, but perhaps there's something else you could do.
Is there like a heal skill or something?
There's not a skill in it, but what the game says is using anytime you're improvising stuff like that, you're using your thing. So, for instance, you might use next round your wits to try and suck the venom out.
Okay.
Oh.
And I set the
Okay.
difficulty at a 10 for that, because that's the difficulty of what the initial save was, right?
Yeah, now it's even harder because I got a -1.
Because you're the
everything.
-1, but yeah, that's probably
Yeah.
how I'd rule it, rather than overrule it. So I think that it, and you've also got your flex dice. If you ever roll,
No, you can't do flex on
oh,
poison.
you're not rolling flex dice when you're poisoned.
Yeah.
Right?
I know.
Holy
We're, like,
shit.
we get poison. This poison is really
It's
nasty.
no
at
joke. But
this.
I mean, like you also have a lot of life points, so like there is
yeah.
a while.
Yeah.
For
Not
now,
for
you
long.
do. All right, so Dave, are you stag back? Jebosag! This is a child of Jebosag who has stabbed you. What have you done to offend your god? Then you can hear the sound of something big moving through there as well, Davor.
I was going to spend a stamina point to run away and then summon a wolf. Now I can't.
Love it. All right, so then Mohammed, what are you doing?
I think your god wants you to come to him. I think he's saying it's time.
Mohammed, you got 2 actions. What are you doing? You are in the main chamber. You said you saw that, and you can hear Davor cry out from down the corridor.
She's about to let loose the arrow, and then she says, "Fuck." And when she hears the pain in Davor's voice, and she runs into the corridor.
So it'll be one action to move from the corridor from the chamber into the corridor. You see Davor staggering back, and 3 of the biggest scorpions you've seen, arcing their tails.
These are the smallest scorpions that we're going to see.
Well, there's the mid-sized ones, like the small ones are those 3-foot ones. The one that stung Davor is probably about 5 feet, but there's something much bigger that's seemingly forcing its way through.
I mean, she does at least see a dagger sticking out of one, and she's like, okay, well, if the dagger didn't take that out, I'm going to shoot the same one, just to start to thin the herd.
Okay.
And so she attempts that.
Go ahead.
So that's going to be edge. Yep. So that's... Okay, got it. And she can spend stamina to reroll the attacks, so that's nice. Roll. What's her
the
other
Pantherish
skill? Yep.
That's a fucking cool ability. All the skills seem really neat.
Okay. And she gets +1 to grit checks, which is nice in this case.
Yeah. If you get stung.
Yep. So this is going to be D6 plus 4. Okay.
9 is a hit.
All right.
And then go ahead and roll. And then roll your flex time.
Oh, yep.
Nope. Okay, and then
D6
gives you
damage +1. That's 6.
6.
But it's the same one that already has the dagger in it.
Yep. So it doesn't. So as
long
long as you hit it a second time, that is enough to take it down.
Yep.
All right. So there's a singing. Even though your heart is pounding and your blood is pounding in your ears, Dave, or you hear that the singing of one of Mahambi's arrows takes down another one of these. Or one of these smaller scorpions.
You missed the
Mohammed,
big one.
Anything else?
She's got nothing else.
Okay.
She could, she could possibly she could do stamina to move in front of him, but
Don't do that.
yeah, no, she's done.
Dave Orr, what are you doing? 2 actions.
He's going to use his first action to scurry away from these things to get into the main chamber.
Okay. I don't think
he's
there's like a disengage or attack of opportunity thing in the game.
I hope not. That would
At
be
least not
terrible.
that I saw here.
And then he's going to try to suck the poison out before it gets any deeper in his body.
Okay, so you stagger back in, and then go ahead and give us a wits check. So I guess you're rolling wits
-1.
plus D plus 5.
Yeah, wits +5. I really have to get a
Good roll.
1d6 plus
Oh, and you
5.
can't spend stamina too. Oh.
Yeah.
But it's only 1
And-
damage though, so like it is a ticking clock, but it's not. Go ahead and give us your flex time.
Can't. I'm poisoned.
Oh fuck, that's right. All right, so you're trying to get this out, Davor. Unfortunately, you take 1
End of the
point of
round,
damage.
-1.
All right, Hansi, we're top of the round.
But I can't cast spells if it's in me. I got to get this out.
You can call your wolf. That costs 5 life points, not.
Yeah.
Damn it.
But I don't know what that. Well, you could. Yeah, you could call the wolf if you want.
Yeah, I've just been 2 actions though.
Okay.
Is it going? Yeah, the question is, how's the wolf going to get down here?
So it's not for down here. It's the guy up there.
True. Or I don't know. Kev looked like he was hand waving something there.
Yeah,
So.
I'm okay with it being. Jebel Sag comes to those in need, so we'll say it'll be down here if you want.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll probably set it down
So
here. Though.
Hansi. So suddenly I realize that Mohambi's in a little bit of trouble because now she's the target
she's
for
not the
wolves.
only one in the corridor.
There's no trouble. Gudrun's going to be in there in like 3 seconds.
Yeah, Hansi's going up. Hansi's going up next to Mohambi, and he's really thinking about that other dagger. But he also is there actually noise coming from the
The pit?
Like, is there anything moving underneath the pit?
Not as of yet.
Okay. He's gonna move up. He's gonna if I use a stamina point to make an additional move action, do I still get my other 2 actions? Mm-hmm. Okay.
So you could spend the stamina to race in there and then use your 2 actions on attacks. Sure,
he's gonna do that.
Okay, love it.
Okay. Because this is seeming kind of bad at the moment.
You're a brave little guy.
Yeah. So Hansi, you go racing down into there. Go ahead and give us your first attack. And what are you attacking? One of the larger scorpions or one of the smaller scorpions?
He's gonna attack one of the larger ones because, just because. Roll d6 plus 6.
Yeah, they have 3 actions as well per turn. So.
Do they attack multiple times though?
Yeah.
They're restricted with only once per attack, which is kind of neat.
Okay, good.
Not all adversaries are like that, but it's pretty cool. Yeah. It actually reminds me of Elder Scrolls RPG.
Yeah. So roll d6 plus 6 because of his extra plus 1.
Yeah. It's a nat. Unless you spend another stamina point. Roll your flex die first. Roll your flex die first, though. You may not need to do that.
Okay.
He's been really good with those flex dice.
No, not this time.
Okay. So do you want to spend a stamina point to make that? If you raise it by from a 1 to a 2, then that'll hit them.
Yep, he does.
Okay. Roll damage. If you're using melee, that's 1d. Oh, sorry. Are you using the ritual dagger or are you using your dagger?
No, he's using the regular one, and it's a Yeah, he was using it from a distance, so he's doing the throwing knives.
So it's only 1d4. Okay.
Well, both of them are only 1d4.
Right, but but the dagger, you get to add your might to it if you're in melee.
Yeah, you know what? He would have done that. He would have come in close.
I figured as much. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
So it's 1d4 plus 3.
Okay. That's
5.
1 hit. Probably not
that's
enough on the big guys.
Hit, not past the threshold.
But he swings it back to try to hit him again.
Go ahead.
And so that's d6 plus 5.
Solid hit. Go ahead and your flex die.
And it doesn't really matter what I roll, right? Since he's a minion.
No, but if you roll a 10, you could get a stamina point back.
Oh, okay, true.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go ahead and roll the damage anyway. D6 plus 3.
Yes, you don't need to. You got your hit, so it's down.
Yep.
All right, so Hansi, you hit this thing, then Gudrun. Unless Hansi is spending another stamina point, I don't think you can do anything with it.
No, I wouldn't be able to do a third attack, right? Or
I don't think so.
No, just to move out if you wanted to.
No, he's gonna stay here, give them more targets, so we could all get poisoned.
Yep. Good call. Okay.
Sorry, he was going after one of these big ones. One of the medium-sized ones.
So the big ones, yes, with 2 hits, then that would have taken the brood guard.
Yep.
Those are the brood guards.
Yep.
So one of those massive ones is down.
Yep.
Where's my trackers up there? Good. Okay, Gudrun, what are you doing?
Spending a stamina point, and she is running in there, and she is leaping into the center of all of it.
Yeah!
And then she's going to spend one action point to defend, but also to attack with the other action. She's going to sink it into one of the big guys.
Okay. Solid hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
And damage for that, and she gets a +1.
Yeah, she gets +1 to all damage, doesn't she?
Yeah,
all melee damage.
All melee attacks. So
1d6 plus 6. Nice hit. Unfortunately, not quite enough. The threshold is at 12. Is there a stamina spend to add +1 damage?
There is.
1d
damage.
Yeah, 1d4.
By 1d4.
Yeah, she'll do that and automatically kill it.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah! The thing just explodes. Ichor and whatever the guts of an insect is called spill all over you. Goo! All right, then it is
Scorpion turn.
the scorpion turn. All right, so the small ones. Let's see here. I have enough to go 2 on Mahambi, 2 on Gudrun.
Oh, I was hoping Gudrun would be attacked by a lot more than just 2.
We'll give it 3, and then
Here we go.
2 on Hansi. And we'll see where that brood guard is going to go afterwards. So let's get these smaller ones.
The Phantom Wolf.
Well, the wolf is going to be here soon.
Yes.
All right, so let's see. It is so the smaller ones are D8. What is Mahambi's defense?
Mahambi's defense is
It's a 7,
6.
isn't it? A 6. Okay. All right, so I got 2 attacks. I need a 4 or higher to hit you. Oh, 2 hits on her.
Okay.
Mahambi, you take 6 points of damage and 3 points of damage.
Mm-hmm. And then I have to do some...
And I need this is a grit check against difficulty 8, so you need 2 of those from Mahambi, please.
Oh, and she didn't get the... She's actually healed up fully, so...
Oh, yeah,
Isn't
yeah.
she? She didn't take any of the damage.
She didn't take any damage yet, no.
So you said 6 and what?
6 and 3, so 9 damage
So 9.
total.
Yep. And 2 grit checks. She gets a +1 to those.
2, yep. So and her grit is a 4 with a d6.
Yep. D6 +4.
Remember to roll your
Yep.
flex die afterwards, too.
I will. Yep. Oop, why did it... What's going on? Okay.
Okay, success.
Yep.
And then the second one.
D6 +5.
Remember, too, your arrow keys will allow you to populate
that's right.
old rolls, if you wish.
Yep. Oop. Yeah, we'll do that.
Got success. And nothing, the same results.
Same thing, yeah.
All right, so yeah, Mahambi, you're able to avoid any poisoning. Hansi, your defense is a 7, I think? Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, fuck me, I just rolled 2 8s, so it's 10. 2 hits on Hansi. Go ahead and give us your 2 grit checks as well. Hansi takes 6 and 5 damage, so 11 damage in total.
Ew.
To his lifeblood.
And I'm sure these scorpions are the only thing we're going to be facing down here.
Okay, and then while you're doing that, I'll make those attacks on Gudrun as well. What's your defense right now, Gudrun? Is it a 9?
Currently a 9.
9, okay. So
Nice.
I need a 7 to hit you.
Yeah, that's...
I get 1 hit.
Jumping in the melee would necessitate having a defense.
Yeah. I hit you for 3 points of damage.
Okay, 3 damage?
I don't think gets through your armor.
It does not. I still take 1 point of damage,
So you
though.
take a minimum point of 1 damage, and for the sting, it needs to do 2 damage in order for you to have to make the save.
Gotcha.
So, did you make your 2 grit checks there, Robert, for Hansi?
I did. He succeeded on both of those, remember?
Awesome. Terrific.
Yep.
Oh, no, you rolled for Mahambi. You haven't rolled for Hansi.
Oh, Hansi. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, once again, I'm thinking of... And how much damage did he take?
He took 11 points of damage.
Okay. Once again, I was thinking of this being somebody else's character.
Exactly. No problem. All right, and then I have the Brood Guard on Gudrun.
I'll just do his 2, these 2 first.
Yeah.
So I missed on both of them, and then...
His grit
a
is 1d6 plus 4.
Okay, so take 1 off, so it's an 8 and a 7. Actually, it's
1d6 plus 4, so that'll be a 7. Yes, 8 and a 7. So the 8 is a success. The 7 is not. You need to spend 1 stamina to make that a success.
but he does get +1 to grit checks as well. No, that's Mahambi. Never mind.
Yeah,
Hansi does not get that.
Hansi does not. So unless you want to be poisoned, spend 1 stamina.
Nope. 1 stamina. Bye.
Shocking that you wouldn't want to. All right, so then Gudrun, I need a 5 to hit you with this Brood Guard. I got a 6. So Brood Guard.
Whoa, man, they're going to hit anything, aren't they? Holy cow.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's see here. Stinger, here we go. That is 5 points of damage.
So 2 through my armor.
2 through your armor, which is I need a grit check against a DC 10 from Gudrun.
Jeez. 1d10. Likes. I'll spend 2 stamina to make that.
Okay, you got it. Then it is the Brood Mother. So
It's gonna get bad very quickly.
she has 3 actions. You did ask for Gudrun to get attacked, so
I did. I didn't expect the freaking brood guy to
she
get that
pushes through. I have 3 actions. I'll
hard. 1 to get in and
do a focus attack on Gudrun
oh, lovely.
with those 2 actions. So her attack, I basically don't need to roll a 1.
Oh, no.
The largest scorpion you've ever seen, Gudrun, has just pushed its way through, and I just hit you. Gudrun, you take with the barbed stinger. That is 11 points of damage.
So 8.
And then I need a grit check. Against the number of life points that you lost from it.
8.
So 8 points.
Boy.
Fail.
Oh, no.
So this.
No.
Oh, you got no more. Oh, no.
Stamina. Oh.
This is where Davor is going to be able to come in and save the day once he deals with his own healing.
Well, he can't. If he summons a wolf, he can't try to heal himself.
So you are poisoned, and you suffer extra damage that ignores armor rating. You also suffer 8 more damage, Gudrun.
Is that a super poison or something?
It is the potent venom.
Yeah, we're dead.
Okay. Then it is Mahambe's turn. What are you doing, Mahambe?
Maybe we need to take out this big guy. I mean, it would be nice, but then we're going to keep getting hit by these damn little things.
The Brood Mother is the big girl.
Kill the brood mother. Kill the brood mother.
Kill the brood mother.
You just saw Gudrun just hit right in the chest.
I know.
Venom.
All right. Mahambi, she takes her spear because she was using her. You know what? Actually, the short bow 1d6 plus 1 isn't terrible, but she could probably only get 1 attack, right?
You can attack twice.
Okay.
Player characters aren't restricted by that. So.
Okay. So she's gonna take 2 shots at the brood mother.
Okay. Brood mother has a defensive 8.
Except that it's not going to be might on the attack. That's the problem.
Edge.
And I'm going to
use edge on your attack.
I understand, but not damage.
Yeah, you get the edge on might to the
stamina
damage.
points to increase the damage.
That's true. And she still has 4. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
So D6 plus 4.
Okay.
And no other modifiers. 7.
That's 1 now, are you missing any modifiers? That's only 1 shy.
I don't think so. It's D6 plus 4. She doesn't have...
Fuck. So you need to spend 1 stamina to make that a hit?
Yep. Yeah, she will. Of course.
Okay. And then go ahead and roll damage.
All right.
Roll your... hold on. Before you do it, roll your flex die.
Oh, yeah. Yep. No. Okay. Roll D6
then
plus
damage. 1d6 plus 1?
1. Yep.
Are you fucking kidding me? Okay. There's the thing. This isn't a threshold here, though. This actually... Yeah.
This actually matters. Yep. Okay.
So,
as long as the thing doesn't have armor, it matters.
Yeah, I'm just double checking here. I don't think it actually... Oh, it does have an armor rating of 4.
Oops.
So
why do I say these things?
You spend 1 stamina to add a D4. You spend 2 stamina to add 2 D4 if you want.
I will spend 2 stamina.
Okay. Roll 2 D4 and add that to your 2. That's 6 damage in total, so look at that. There we go.
This is like fighting against a giant crocodile and Hyperborea. Maybe not quite so bad.
I love me my giant crocodiles. I love me my giant scorpions. All right, so that was only your first shot. You still have a second shot.
Yeah, D6 plus, what was it, 4?
Fucking hell.
Roll your flex.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, roll your flex.
Oh, and I got to roll the flex on the second damage roll.
No, you don't roll flex on damage. You're only on skill checks.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and you should be down to one stamina.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So yep.
All right. So unfortunately, that one is a wild shot and it is a miss.
Yeah.
Davor, what are you
Okay.
doing?
I'm gonna pull out my DM like narrative thing. So he's slumped up against the wall, just trying to focus through the poison, and his eyes start rolling up in the back of his head, and he starts to foam at the mouth, and there's like a half howl that comes out of his mouth as he loses 5 hit points. And he's gonna manifest his wolf, and it's gonna start crawling out of that tunnel behind the broodmother.
Okay.
And I think it gets a turn immediately
It
after
gets an
me.
immediate turn, yeah. So it might be 1d8 plus 3.
Yep, I got the stats here.
And it's not restricted. It can attack twice if it wants.
Yes.
Can you only ever have one wolf?
I can have more actually, because they get a special pack thing, but I have to spend
Nice.
life each time.
Yep.
So it doesn't have any stamina itself though, so it
No,
doesn't
it's
get
a
D10.
minion, so it's got a threshold.
Yeah.
But they can do a focused attack, so it's going to focus attack that broodmother.
Okay.
And Devore, so might. Can he use edge with his teeth? No, it says a D3, so no.
Sorry?
It says a D3. D6. Oh, that's damage.
No,
okay.
it's a might attack, so it's a d6.
Okay. So he's
Or
only a
sorry,
D8.
d8 plus 3 is what your attack
okay.
is. Plus 5 because you're doing a focus attack.
Plus 5. Okay, come on, broodmother.
8, and you don't roll flex
come on,
dice with
wolf.
these, with minions. That is just enough to get a hit. Go ahead and roll
And-
damage. 1d6 plus 3.
6 plus 3. 6.
Nice. So then it lurches in and gets a good hit on it, and then
My poison
Davor, you
damage
take
applied?
one more damage. Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. As the poison continues to burn through your veins. That's all your 2 actions, right, Davor?
Yes. I guess
Hansi,
Winston
what are you
before.
doing?
He's pulling out the big dagger.
The big dagger. Okay.
Well, you know the dagger. He's pulling out the tool,
Yep.
and he swings at the broodmother.
Okay. So you will have one. Yeah. So this will be your one action
Okay.
left. Okay. Go ahead and make your attack roll. You get to use edge because of
Yep,
your.
that's a 9,
Yeah.
which I believe is a hit. So now he uses.
And
This is
your,
using my.
flex time.
Oh yeah. Nope.
Okay. And then it'll be 1d4. It's basically this, unfortunately, against this thing does the same damage as your normal dagger. So 1d4 plus 3.
Plus 3. Okay. 5.
5 points of damage. All right. Do you want to spend any stamina to do extra damage?
He's got 2 left. Yeah, I'll do another 1d4.
Okay. Come on, big money.
Big money and 1d4.
4. Nice.
Yes, if this was an exploding dice, yeah, it'd be awesome.
Yeah, you managed to get in. Again, this thing's fucking huge. So
Yeah.
then Gudrun, that poison is starting to.
Yeah, she screams in rage, and she's gonna try just to I don't know if that would work. She's just gonna ignore it. She's gonna attack the hell out of the broodmother. Both attacks,
2
just
attacks?
straight at
You
it.
got it.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
-1 to her attacks.
Okay, so it's plus 4.
Yeah. And here's the upside.
D6.
Once you're poisoned, you can't get more poison. You're only going to take 1 damage per round. Oh, that's. Oh, and you
Flex
know,
die might save it.
Maybe. Come on. I've got all the flex dice. You need
no,
one
you,
to help.
you don't roll plus flex dice when you're
Oh, that's
poisoned.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
Second attack. Hey, that one hits.
That one hits. Okay, so you're already feeling the pinch of her poison, but that second one hits. What is it? 1d6 plus 4, I think. Plus
It's
5.
-5 and +1 for her origin.
Come on.
Oh, wait, so -1 plus 5, so plus 4. 1d6 plus 5.
So 9 damage then. I rolled
okay,
it
yeah.
already.
Yeah, okay, 9 damage. That is awesome. Look at this. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything
Time
else,
to die,
Gudrun?
everyone. That's her 2 actions.
Minus 1 hit point.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
then. Scorpion time. All right, we have... let's get the small ones out of the way first. Mahambe, let's do some focused attacks on you. That is 2 hits on Mahambe. Mahambe, you do... however, you only take 3 and... 3 and 4 points of damage. So 7 total. And we need 2 grit checks from you.
I'm hoping to save these last stamina points for the final stamina point thing.
But you're rolling flex die on each of these, so hopefully you'll get a 10, get some stamina back.
This is a grit check, so it's
a grit check.
5 for her.
And it's an 8.
Okay. Got
Success, and your
First one.
flex die.
You might get stamina.
Nope.
Okay,
Okay.
second one. Success and flex die.
Oh, now that's a count.
You know what? Hold on. That's even less likely to happen. That's a 5% chance as opposed to 10.
Yeah.
Do you want you want a stamina point back?
It's kind of a.
Yes.
What else would I use it for? Yeah, sure.
Hell yeah. Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Because you can do max damage, you can get a stamina point back, or you can turn a nat 1 into a success. So a flex success.
Okay.
So all right. So you're getting invigorated again, Mahambe. Hanzi. I'll pronounce those names very clearly from now on. Hanzi, I actually miss you with both attacks.
Woohoo!
Lucky.
Gudrun,
Bring on.
you have
7.
Does poison apply to your defenses too, or just to your checks?
It's just my checks that I can
Awesome.
see.
Okay, great. So it's a 7. Then I hit you 3 times.
Bring it on.
God.
You can't get more poison, so don't worry about that. And these ones, you are taking actually no damage from one damage from the other, and 3 damage from the other. So 4 damage in total after
it's
your
a minimum
armor.
1. It's a minimum 1, right?
Oh, yeah, 5 damage total. Yeah, okay. And then the Brood Guard is going to attack you. I need a 3 to get you on this one. A miss. I roll a 2. And then Brood Mother.
Oh,
Okay. I
think she's probably annoyed by that wolf.
maybe.
Okay, I really like this. There are some games where you give you multiple options for attacks from monsters, but there's no reason why you would want to use one over the other. This one is restricted to using the stinger only once for its 2 actions, so I have to use a claw for one of the other ones. So let's try and use a crushing pincer against you first, Gudrun.
Bring it on.
Here we go. She is rolling... oof. So that is a hit. And I need to get a new dice here. Gudrun, that is 12 points of damage.
9.
So you take 9.
Yep.
And then the stinger. It is going to try and sting you. Let's see.
Not the wolf.
I hit again.
Or we're dead.
Goodness.
It is
This one shot.
8 points of damage, so it's only 5.
Okay.
And Gudrun, you need to make that grit check.
But...
Because this is for the extra damage. You're already poisoned, but this is that potent venom.
Okay, come on. What's the DC?
DC's a 10.
I cannot possibly make it.
Go ahead and make your roll. 8. Oh! So, let's see. Okay, Gudrun. It is only 3 points of damage. You're down to 1 life point. You will die at the end of your next turn.
There's
Oh
no
my
way to heal
God.
her either.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Then that is it for the things. Mahambe.
Mahambe. She. So, she is going to do 2 attacks on the Brood Mother, and D6 plus 4,
Okay.
and 6.
6 is a miss. You would need
She's going to spend
It would be 2. You would need 8 in order to make it a hit. Oh, but roll
So
your
I'd
flex
have
die.
to
Roll your
die.
flex die.
Okay, yeah. Because she's not going to use that if she... Nope.
Okay. So, do you want to make the second attack, or do you want to spend 2
If
stamina?
she spends a stamina, she re-rolls. She's going to just
Oh,
spend
yeah, right.
one
Yeah, you got that
stamina to
pantherish.
re-roll. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Yeah. Go ahead. So spend
Yeah.
1. I forgot you got that ability.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one of the few times it's actually more useful.
Mm-hmm.
So roll d6 plus 4 again.
Healer can't heal. This sucks.
Nice.
That's a hit. Go ahead
Yep.
and roll damage.
She's going to spend her last stamina when rolling for damage to apply the massive damage flex result.
Oh, because your last stamina point?
It's my last stamina point.
Fuck yes. All
Now,
right.
How does that work? The character.
You should still roll the flex die as normal. If you roll flex, you get twice.
Okay.
Okay.
But you already rolled
Is
your
this
flex.
just max? Is this max damage or what?
The flex result for max damage. Total the damage roll is normal, but also add to the total the maximum result the damage allotted die could do. So it'll be 6 damage. But did you roll your flex die?
I just did.
Okay.
6.
Okay, so then it's doing 6 plus whatever, then roll for damage as normal. 6 plus 1d6 plus 2. Plus 2 plus 1.
Okay. Plus 1.
Plus 1.
No, she's yeah, you're right.
So it'll be
Yeah.
1d6 plus 7 damage.
Okay. 1d6 plus 7. Okay. 13.
Nice roll! Holy smokes, look at this.
Yep.
Boom! Big
And
hit.
she gets one more attack.
Yeah, and you're out of stamina right now.
I am out of stamina.
Okay. That is kind of
Come
cool.
on.
You can reuse that though when you're at 1. So there's that like running in the red
Yep.
kind of
Yep.
thing. That's a cool mechanic.
Yeah, I like it. D6 plus 4.
As a hit,
9.
go ahead and roll damage. 1d6 plus
D6
1.
plus 1.
Ah, not enough. Oh, 1 minimum damage. Because
One minimum
even if
damage,
it's stopped by.
Yep.
Okay. Then, your flex die. Did you roll that? The attack
I
you
did
didn't.
not. I did not. Oh, if that's the case, he would have gone max damage. Oh, what is going on? Okay. Something's weird happening here. Okay. Nope.
No. Okay. Davor.
Oh, decisions. Screw it. Another wolf.
You let Gudrun die?
Well, I have to spend 2 actions to heal her, and I can't get to her because I
Is
can't
it
spend
2
stamina.
actions to heal?
It is.
Yeah.
1 stamina, 2 actions.
Yeah. You can heal her.
your
He
fault,
can heal
Kevin.
himself.
It's not my fault.
That's
Someone
Dave's
insisted
fault.
on Gudrun being attacked, if I recall. Let's take a look at the transcript.
So there's no way that I can make a witch check to get rid of the poison that's
Yeah.
in me.
Yeah.
I'd have to I have to roll max.
In which
Well,
case,
screw it.
hold on. Let's take a look here.
An 8 I have to roll against, and I have a.
Oh, you can't roll stamina against this.
Yes.
Why don't you roll a witch check to take your action to summon a witch
Oh.
check?
I could actually. It's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll try 1 action to get the poison out of me.
Okay. So it's
plus 5 'cause I'm
1d6
poisoned.
plus 5. Yeah. Come on. There you go! Look at that!
Yeah. There you go.
Poison is gone. And
Yep.
which means you're not poisoned anymore. You can spend stamina again. So, for instance, if you want to blow a stamina to run over to Gudrun,
Yeah, but I still need 2 actions to actually heal her.
no, but you could do your same thing you did. Get the fucking
Oh.
poison out of her.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you're
we'll
not
spend
suffering
a
your penalty
stamina.
anymore. And you can
Minus-
spend action. You can spend stamina on your roll.
Okay.
And Gudrun
wanna try?
could actually do that on her turn too.
Yeah, well, she has no stamina.
Oh shit!
Yeah, she's poisoned as well. So,
So
Davor,
But couldn't she use the witch check just
Actually,
like Davor did?
That was a witch check. Do I roll a flex die with that too?
Yeah,
Oh no,
you roll
no,
a flex die now.
I was poisoned at that
you were
point.
poisoned before, but you're not now.
Yeah.
But on this one, you
Okay.
get to roll a flex die.
Back
And
to
you're rolling
stamina.
1d6 plus 6.
Yeah, I'm gonna run over there and try to tap into the magic to like pull it out of her.
You got it.
Yep. Come on.
6, come on. Oh, and then
And your flex die.
6 is wits and
She is-
1d10 reflex.
But she's
There you go! Look at that!
Out of her.
Holy smokes! All
Nice.
right. So
Okay,
you
well,
race over. She
neither
is
one of us
no
are poisoned
longer
anymore.
poisoned.
If she survives long enough that I get another turn, I might be able to heal her.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great. All right, Hansi. Oh, your
I'm
wolf
gonna
gets to
spend a-
attack.
I'm gonna, yeah, but I'm gonna spend another stamina point to get out of the corridor. To move again.
Oh, to run back out?
Yeah.
Okay. All
Because
right.
if I'm alive, then I can help.
Oh, and you got your
Yep.
last. Actually, you've done your last stamina point where that neat result
Yep,
triggers.
yeah.
All right. So
And
then,
then
your
the
wolf
wolf-
also make your attack for your wolf. Are you doing a focus attack as well?
No, he's gonna try to get the little scorpions. Because no, the brood one, the big guy. He's gonna go after.
Yeah, maybe if we kill the big guy, maybe the little ones, I doubt they have morale of any kind, but you know.
No, they're
Okay.
insects.
Yeah.
So it's one.
Maybe they're special insects. Are the biggest
plus
insect?
3.
So which one are you
attack.
attacking? Sorry, the brood mother or the brood guard or the
The small ones.
small
okay.
ones? Okay, the regular scorpions. All right. So that is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
D6 plus 3.
Yeah, threshold is in 7. So that's a hit though. So
But it's gonna go after the same one to maul it to death.
yeah, go ahead. So it's going to hit a second time.
Lots of 6s.
That is a hit, so it's gone. The wolf tears one of them apart. Hansi, you're up. What are you doing?
We take more of them out and hope that the big one misses Gudrun, or do we?
It's the brood mother that's messing her up.
Yeah, true. But if anything hits you, you're going to take 1 damage.
That
Titties
big
with
one
titties.
is. I will tell you, if you get a single, like if you get another one of those massive hits on the brood mother,
Yeah.
because you're down to your
Maybe.
last stamina, Hansi, as well.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, Hansi's going to attack the brood mother.
Okay.
Roll. Does he have any other weapons other than? No, he just got the daggers. Okay, so he's still swinging with the ritual dagger, but
Yeah. So it'll be you get to use your edge to attack.
Plus-
So it's 1d6 plus plus
Is it
6
5 or 6?
because you get the plus 1 on all edge attacks.
Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting about that. 9.
Okay, 9 is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
He
1d
is using the last stamina.
Yep. Okay. So that'll be 4 plus 1. No, 7. 1d4 plus 7.
Okay, and that was my edge die.
Okay.
Roll 1d4 plus 7.
Or flex die. Nice hit! Holy
Yep.
smokes! All right, look at this.
Boom. And he swings again. Of course, this won't be unless he happens to roll a 10 on his
Yeah,
flex.
gets a flex die.
Hold on, let me just do this because I'm getting confused. Where to go? D6 plus 6. That's it.
That's a hit. Roll your flex die.
Nope.
Okay, and then roll damage 1d4 plus 3.
Come on, at least get a.
Ah,
I think.
it does
But it
do
still
minimum
doesn't-
1 though, because it always does 1.
Yep.
Okay. Then Gudrun,
Ooh, decisions.
verge of death, and this thing's so close to going down. What are you doing?
She just screams out in rage and tries to slam her hatchet right in its mandibles. Normal attack though.
Okay.
I'm gonna hedge my bet here.
Are you doing focus attack or 2 attacks?
1 attack. Depending on how the next one goes, she might dodge in for healing and come back later, or
Okay.
Yep.
or
So
not.
make your first attack. Go ahead. Defense
D6 plus
is
5.
an 8. And you're not poisoned anymore, so you do have roll your flex die too.
Come on, hatchet, and it's a D6 plus 5.
Solid hit. Okay. And damage is 1d6 plus 5.
6 because of her bonus, I think.
Oh yes, yes,
she
1d6
gets-
plus 6. That's right. Yeah, yeah.
Come on.
Come on, big money.
D6. I'm sorry. I'm gonna throw dice at people here in a second.
Nice! What does it look like as she takes the brood mother down?
She just screams and just hauls her axe and just, instead of going into the mandible, she just drives it right into the face and then it sinks in like 4 inches.
And this thing actually is thrown back a bit and twitches. As soon as the brood mother goes down, all the rest will retreat
Oh, nice.
like the cowards they are. So, with you staggering
Jesus.
forward, we'll let everyone take a recovery very quickly as you catch your breath. Everyone will regain half, just to see what happens. Everyone regains a stamina point, and everyone regains half of their. Is it half their lost or half their max?
I think you said max, but I don't remember. 19 or
Half their
17?
max. Yeah. Half their max rounded down. Rounding up. This game rounds up. Ignore me.
Okay.
So Mohambi is fully healed.
So it's
Both of
22?
my guys are fully healed. Yep.
Okay. So you catch your breath.
The wolf kind of slinks away after combat's over.
Oh yeah. Jebel Sag has saved you, as you knew, Davor. All right, and that is when I think you guys hear the lid of the seal, and we're going to end the session with the reveal of what comes out.
Which I'm sure Gudrun is going to punch on the face. With a hatchet.
Exactly.
We'll be in the scene where they're just charging in and swinging her hatchet in two hands.
Yep.
Ah.
Yep.
Okay, so
And
what?
Hodzi at this point is saying, "I hate not the city."
What pushes itself out, guys? And let me. Oh, I think I can make it bigger than that. Yeah, there we go.
Nothing like
Put
a near
it
life
to
death
back.
experience to get your blood pumping.
Guys.
Okay.
Pushes itself up. Fool the formless. And what you would
Great.
see is those runes in that dagger in your hand, Hansi. They begin glowing.
Mm-hmm.
And that is where we will leave our quick starter because we're out of time.
Yep.
That was pretty good.
So, guys,
Yeah.
what did you think of the new Conan game?
Poison sucks.
That's probably the worst poison effect I've seen in a game.
Yeah.
That's like,
Well, the
At least I
poison,
had something I could do without spending stamina points.
yeah.
the one that hit you the hardest was the what do you call it? The
The virulent poison?
the potent toxin. That was fucking brutal. But otherwise, it was just a minor thing. And as long as someone, knowing that now, if anyone else got poisoned, all you would need to do is get your healing spell off. But it just so happened that Davor got poisoned at first, right? So,
Yep.
Yeah. So
yeah. Did you feel like the characters had different things to do? Like, was there?
sure.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, some of it, of course, was more from a narrative perspective, where like Hansi's the one going up there, even though maybe I think Gudrun could have mechanically done the same thing, but the fact that he's the thief made more sense.
Yeah.
Other times Gudrun made more sense, even though, again, mechanically it might have been the same. I think
We had a pretty good spread of characters. One melee
Yeah.
monster that's focused on might, one on edge, an archer, survivalist, and then a spellcaster.
Yeah, I think it's I definitely feel like the characters felt different. Again, partially because of the role playing, but I think
I loved that the sorceries had different costs involved. Like one required stamina,
Yes.
one required life
yes,
points.
yes,
That's really neat.
cool. Yeah, I like that effect.
And it felt evocative as well too. Like you have similar things in some of the other Conan games, but I can tell you one thing: the fucking speed of play is very cool.
Yes.
The flex die, I wasn't sure if that was going to feel like a gimmick or not, but when the 10 came up, that felt pretty fucking cool.
When the 20 came up,
Yeah, exactly. So that was
that's what
pretty
got me
cool.
2 stamina.
I don't like the task resolution felt pretty good too. I like the stamina spends to be able to modify that. It's a neat meta currency that doesn't feel overpowered but feels pretty cool. It's neat having one kind of thing that's tied to random results on the flex die and one thing that gives you more agency over the characters.
Yeah.
Yep.
That poison though was too much. I mean, flex die or stamina, maybe just make stamina cost twice as much.
I disagree. I think you're being a baby. I think you're being a fucking baby about it. It's supposed to be a consequential thing, and you're supposed to weigh that in.
Consequential.
And the fact it only would have done 1 point of damage to you, and we found a way within the game to be able to deal with it. So, and if it had been any other person who had been hit, it would have been 1 stamina for you to vitiate that right away. And you have stamina spends in order to make the success on the roll from the get-go too. So like.
I'm just saying my immediate reaction to it. I mean, after playing it a bit, you'd probably feel less.
Yeah, well, it's also. I mean, you would know to be more cautious around poison things too.
Scorpions, fuck that, run.
Yeah.
One and I tell you, the Broodmother as the mini boss for this thing, that definitely felt like a threat. Doing 1d10 damage on the immediate impact of the thing plus poisoned.
Yeah. To be honest, I mean, most poison in most games doesn't feel strong enough to me. So So I think this is, and as you said, there's ways around it.
I think it was a little PTSD from remember back when I first started playing Pathfinder 2 with you with my goblin.
Oh,
wyvern poison.
Wyvern poison. Yeah, you really do attract poison for it. But I mean, and this honestly, if we didn't have that of us just coming up with a way of you trying to deal with it by narratively doing something with it, we wouldn't have had that amazing moment with Gudrun.
That's true.
Yeah.
Right. So I think the light touch rules on it are pretty cool. I think tables that are looking for something that's more concrete are going to probably find it lacking in that. But I think that you guys, it was neat seeing how each of the characters, assuming these are starting characters, had a lot of different little ways where they differed from one another.
Yep.
Definitely.
And the origins were great. I'm like, wow.
Yeah. Well, and that's a really clever way of dealing away with a lot of the other games have either dealt with it as races with different modifiers or cultures with different modifiers. It's neat seeing it just where you broadly come from. If you're from the wilds, there's going to be, broadly speaking, these benefits you get from it. And there's Mahambi and the character we didn't play, whose name I don't remember right now, Angus. Angus he is from the hills, and at the start of each tale, he chooses Might, Edge, or Grit, and he gains +1 to checks and attacks for that specific stat.
Yeah, I was debating getting him versus Gudrun, but I was like, you know what? Gudrun reminds me of my Lord of the Rings character. I'm gonna use her.
Totally. Yep. Yeah. Well, and you know what? I mean, the decision making on whether to spend or save that last might probably would be different now too, because knowing that there's that extra powerful spend you can do with that last one. That may have an effect on your decisions for the game. I do really like that you get as long as you can get a rest, get your hit points back or life points back, life points, left blood, and get a stamina point back, because that's getting the narrative meta currency back as well as regenerating it throughout the game is pretty cool. Very easy to run from my side of the screen. Very easy to run, and
that moment with Gudrun being at 1 hit point and knowing she's going to die next turn and all it hinging on Devore making it, I was edge of my seat stuff.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, John. I'm teasing you obviously about being a baby about it, but that's the thing is, if you're not having the characters in peril, there's no way for those kind of hero moments. So we wouldn't have had anything like that, or we wouldn't have had that at least if we hadn't had that of those 2 back-to-back incredible rolls. And how good does it feel to get rid of that poison and suddenly have your flex die back, your stamina points back, right?
Yeah.
So that, it's absolutely. And I imagine in the game as written, there's probably something like a poultice that you could prep, and there's probably characters who can do it to be able to try and get that shit out. So.
Actually, now that I'm thinking back on it, outside the actual consequences of the session, it's like real life with poison. Isn't Conan supposed to be gritty and whatnot?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And those things, and it was really badass that you spent that round getting that wolf out too. So cool. Any closing thoughts before we wrap up our first thing? It's the only thing that fucking sucks about it. We're not even seeing anything more from the game until quarter 4. It's going to be a minimum of 3 months before the Kickstarter comes. So, jeez, I am really interested in seeing what advancement's going to be like and what Care-Gen is going to be like.
Yes,
because it seems like Care-Gen will be probably pretty quick. Pick some skills, pick your origin, pick whatever kind of broadly, assign your stats and your dice. One neat thing too with the game, none of the characters have it, but as you gain, I think one of the ways they model advancement, your flex die goes down in size.
Yes, I saw
so your
that.
Flex die becomes a D8 and then becomes a D6. So you'll be triggering those flex results more often.
Yeah.
Nice.
To me though, if that's the case, I almost wish that they had made one the good result, because that way it's the same for everyone. I mean, it's just like one more little thing you have to remember that. Oh yeah,
it is, but it's always the max dice, right?
Yeah, it's the max. But
yeah,
I don't know. I'm always that's a very minor nitpick.
And I'll tell you why. They probably every other thing you do in the game, you want to roll high.
Yeah, okay.
You want to roll high on damage. You want to roll high on your attack rolls. You want to high. So that's, I assume, is why they went with that. But I understand. Yeah, the ease of having one way of understanding it. But
yes. But overall, I like this a lot. I'm curious about this life, death, and the will of fate bit. So it does look like when this occurs. Oh, when they hit 0, they hit the ground in a heavily wounded state. Ah, yes.
Yeah.
When it occurs, PCs must immediately pass a grit check. They may use a flex result to apply a success.
Now they're poisoned.
Yep, that's true. Yeah, but you still get if the check has failed, the PC died gloriously. So otherwise, they come back. They're
immobile, vulnerable, and until their allies have eliminated the threat.
And then they come back to 1.
Yes, you come back to 1 hit point, and then as soon as you get a chance to rest, you get half your life back.
Yep.
So it's a scary thing, but you're not auto dead when you hit 0 anyway.
Yep.
The art in the book's pretty good.
Incredible. Yeah, it's going to be. They've published a board game and a couple of expansions for it, so they've got a ton of art available already.
Yep.
For it, and the Batman game that they produced was gorgeous and really, really. I haven't run it yet, so I'm hesitant to shower it, but it looks really interesting. It looks like it'll be a fun game. Any last closing things, guys?
I think these people get Conan. It like I remember the 2D20 version, and combat tended to be a little bit of a slog. In fact, I think I remember we did the pit, the ones where they come out of the slavery.
Pit of Cthulhu,
Yeah, and I think almost the entire combat the entire session was that combat first time.
We did when we ran our. It wasn't the whole thing. For our gaming marathon one year, we did the Pit of Cthulhu. And there's other things. I to be honest, I don't have a Conan game that I own that I don't like. Like I think they're all good in different ways. The thing that this has for it is, for one, it's going to be actually in print. For two, it's very fast playing. I really like the vibe. We played Barbarians of Lemuria recently, and that is what that game is going for, but I bounced kind of hard off of the mechanics in that game. This I really, really enjoyed. I felt like for the pace of play in particular, which in combat is pretty big, I like how easy it was to modify, and I think this is what the spirit of the rule of 3 is for it too. Giving Hansi's a thief, so obviously he's going to get a bonus to try to find X, or Davor's a sorcerer, so he's going to get a bonus to finding Y. I like that. That's a very easy thing that it encourages. So you don't have to have everything on the character sheet. You can be and you don't have to formalize it with truths the way they do in 2D20.
No, I like it a lot. I would certainly play this one again.
Nice. Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Awesome.
Maybe avoid scorpions.
Yes.
I don't have anything else. I do have something else. Let's see. Does Thule the Formless have poison? Nope, it has fear. So you guys are going to start making that grit check.
Now that I'm thinking about it, harvesting scorpion glands may be a good tactic to use in melee combat.
That is it. It's poison cuts both ways too. So what a fucking cool way of impacting the thing. Yeah, poison unless it's an auto kill. There's no other game I think does it in a very interesting way. This is a neat added mechanic for it too. I agree that it's a big pain, but if it hadn't have been Davor, it would have been otherwise 2 actions for you to get rid of it, right? And 1 stamina point.
2 actions, 1 stamina point, and probably another stamina point to get close enough to use it. So
yeah.
It was.
But that's because of your choice of staying at range, though.
Yep.
Yeah. So
that's why he's got a bow, right?
And I'm looking forward to it's great. I'm really, really looking forward to seeing more of the game. I think that for a game like this too, having a Conan style thing you can pick up and play right away, that's a real big part of the stories. Always start in medias res, right? They're always right there in Conan's waking up into whatever the fuck. It's cool that the mechanics allow you to get into the game pretty quickly, and you guys made really good decisions for each of the characters factors too. There are things that played to it. Like I forgot about Mahambe's Pantherish ability, and you kept remembering that, Robert.
Well, and finding especially the stamina, the final stamina point thing. So that was a useful thing. Yeah.
And that's the thing, like having in the moment decisions that are interesting, I think is very cool. And the stamina point mechanic is really good. There's I don't think they were inspired by it by any means, but it reminds me of some of the things I really like about Elder Scrolls. For using your stamina points as a mechanic to actually do more shit in combat, as well as more flexible things, as well as having multiple actions that you get to decide how to use them. I like that there's not the same number of actions for NPCs, because that is one thing I find that in bigger fights, Pathfinder 2 really slows down because I'm having to do 3 actions with every fucking monster. It's cool having adversaries have 2 actions, but they can only use 1 to attack. That is a very efficient way of keeping lots of things on the board to give it that horde, mechanic without slowing down play. So Yep.
And I was peering through the book, after we played, that Radagon guy, who's a villain, has 3 actions per turn. I'm like, oof, that's a good way to help balance the actions of players versus boss enemies.
Absolutely,
yeah. So
it's great. Like that fight was really scary and really fun. But I think that's what it was intended to be, was a overwhelming, like, oh my god, they're all over us.
Definitely felt like it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I was convinced there was no. Well, I think if they hadn't all disappeared with the Brood Mother, I think we would have been dead. But
and I think that's honestly the way that, like, when the boss goes down, that is very appropriate for Conan. Like that feels like a thing. Plus, you got your other threat you got to deal with, but you caught your breath, you're at half health and whatnot, and then if the choice is to run away, you do that, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So
cool.
Gudrun
still had an action. I would have to try to grab the big one and slam the other ones with it. But
so mechanically, we didn't play it up. But I'm going to spoil something for those who are at home who may want to play this and have not had this spoiled thus far. I'm going to spoil something here, so just skip ahead a minute or so. The dagger actually does 1d12 against Thule.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah,
but I'm assuming he has slightly more hit points than the Brood
He has
Mother.
a lot of hit points, but you ignore the AR and it does 1d12 plus your might. So you can really, be much more effective against that. Plus you can do that. That stamina spend of extra damage was huge on the Brood Mother.
Yeah.
Because you guys did a big part. That's a really neat way. Making interesting decisions with limited resources and having the random element. Once every 10 rounds, you get a stamina point back using the kind of 10%. It'd be more than that if you're rolling more often. Really great stuff. This was even better than I hoped it would be. So I'm really looking forward to seeing more of it. Yep. Now, the waiting. Monolith, what are you doing to us? Any last thing before I launch into our outro? No? Awesome. So then, for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for our quick start effort with the Conan the Hyborian Age role-playing game, which will be Monolith will be kickstarting this in, they say, Q4 of 2024. Just to be clear, too, we're not sponsored by Monolith. Monolith hasn't asked us to do this whatsoever. I love Conan RPGs. I'm running this because I love running Conan RPGs. So so there's no confusion on it. I will be backing this as well as, and also, God, I think I will let them know. We were talking before we went on. I typically don't write to publishers when we run these games because, it's not really my fucking thing. If we can get any other additional information about this game before the actual game comes out, I would love to run this again. This was really, really fun. But anyway, for those listening at home, thank you for joining us. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the quick start for this game, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I'll endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. There's also a link down below in the description of the video where you can get a copy of this. You can find that at the Monolith website. At the time of recording, there's the quick start up there. Nothing else is there yet, but I imagine some will come soon. There's also a link down below to the Dungeon Musings Discord server where we have channels dedicated to most of the games we run on the channel, as well as, I don't think we have a Conan one, but we probably should with the amount of Conan games we've run. But there's an assorted games channel where we talk about this stuff, and there's also a ton of other things like Find a Group or GM discussion or virtual tabletop chat or whatever. There's a bunch of knowledgeable and helpful and friendly people over there, so you are more than welcome to join us. There's also a link down below to our friends at Noble Knight Games, who are the preeminent unionized retailer of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs in North America. Not only do they have a great selection of new role-playing games, board games, and card games, they have a great selection of they have an unmatched selection of out-of-print RPGs. We will be having, at the time of recording, we're 1 day off from the discount code that we have listed below expiring. But if you enter the code MuserNight at checkout on a $10 or more purchase, you'll save 10% in your purchase. And they have a great selection of the out-of-print Conan games, including the Mongoose games and the Modiphius games. Some of the material I've used from this for the art and whatnot has been from those games. And there's, lore is lore is lore. So there's great stuff from that.
Almost done. 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Oh, sorry. We'll wrap up here right away, Robert.
Yeah.
There's also a link down below to something called Heroes Save Villages. That is the charity fundraising campaign we run on the channel. It benefits the SOS Children's Village. It's an international charity, an incredible organization active in over 130 countries, benefiting over 80,000 orphaned and abandoned children. You can make donations down below through that link. None of it goes to the channel or any other middleman. It just goes to benefit the kids who benefit from the services. And as a small way of saying thank you, we'll be running some charity sessions in the latter half of the year that the donors who have donated $25 or more since January will be voting on. There'll be mashups of classic adventures with games they were not designed to run with. So if you want to see Keep on the Borderlands run with, say, this game, or run with something else Conan related, that will be potentially one of the options we'll have for you to vote for. The last thing I will say is an enormous thank you to Robert and John for joining us today. I made the pitch about 40 minutes before the session started, and the guys said, hell yeah, let's jump in and get going. So guys, thank you so much for agreeing to jump into this on such short notice, and for making the first experience with Conan the Hyborian Age, the role-playing game, such a good one for me. So thank you very, very much, guys.
It was a blast.
Then we will be back in the Hyborian. I'm sure we'll be back in the Hyborian world at some point. We'll be back in about a month's time for our Guard campaign and or our Marvel Multiverse game that we had scheduled. But until then, we hope that we gave you a few hours to take your mind off the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that were befalling our Hyborian heroes. And until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and by crumb, happy gaming.